Hello and welcome to a gorgeous homecoming Saturday here on the campus of Campbellsville University here at Finley Stadium. I'm your voice of Tiger football, Colin Sheffield. Alongside me today, Khalil Baker and Brett Sowell. Guys, the Tigers coming into a matchup against the Union Bulldogs. It's similar win-loss records, but the Tigers with a bit more momentum coming off a 56-0 win against KCU, where that offense was really clicking on all cylinders, everybody getting some snaps, got a much-needed bye week, and the Bulldogs coming in off of a bye week themselves, but just a really tough dog sled of a match, 10-7 against Cumberland's Kentucky. They lost that one. So the Tigers are looking to catch a big homecoming victory to move to 500 on the year.
Yeah, Colin, it was just really great to finally get a win last, a couple weeks ago against KCU. It's something that we needed. We almost had one with U-Pike, at the beginning of the season, and wasn't able to pull it out. But finally getting a win against KCU, seeing what that feels like, getting all the pressure off of your back with new coaching staff, all these new players, just finally getting that win out the way. I think it's going to help out a lot today, and hopefully get this team going in the right track.
Yeah, and shout out to Aiden Murray for stepping in for us and helping Colin with the call. And I was excited for him to get that opportunity. And Khalil and I had weddings to attend, so we hated we missed it. But we watched, and that was exciting to kind of see the offense do what we know the offense can, and the defense dominate as well in that game. And so looking forward to this one. You could say we should be 2-1, really. The first game of the year kind of got taken from us, and we should be 2-1. Didn't play well against Bluefield and in all phases. And so I think now we've got that win, and Coach Russell's got that win under his belt. And now I think with the momentum riding in today, homecoming, I look forward to the Tigers to come out strong.
Now, there's something to do with energy here. So we talked so much about he felt that at Bluefield they just did not do a great job of creating energy on the road in a hostile environment, especially after coming off what was a wild atmosphere for the first game, and felt that it was just sluggish. And I was down on the field before the game at KCU. It was totally different. They brought the energy, brought the house the entire game, 56-0 victory. And now you come back home. This is just a one game at home, and then you go back on the road for another 2 weeks, going on the road to Cumberland, Tennessee next, and then on the road again to Faulkner. That'll be a tough opponent in Faulkner, but that's getting ahead of ourselves. The Tigers still have a matchup with a Union team that went 0-10 last year. The Tigers had no issue with them last year. It was actually a pretty big win for the Tigers on their resume, but this year, this is a much improved Union team, both on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive.
Yeah, this is a team that can do a lot of different things, especially getting their quarterback back today. So that's huge for them. Getting Walker Russell back, opens up their offense a little bit more. They can do some RPO. They're going to do a lot of stuff in the run game, looking at some different zone concepts. They're going to do counters, power runs, all that type of stuff. But he will throw it and put it in the air. So the defense is going to have to be disciplined today. The box is going to be a huge part of this game, stopping the run, squeezing. Linebackers really attacking, defensive linemen, getting in the backfield as well. A part of that too, we're going to have actually Noah Gray out today, which is a tough hit. We got some good guys stepping up for him too as well. On the offensive end, just really taking care of those looks and taking what the defense gives you.
The Bulldogs getting set to kick off as the Tigers are set to receive here for kickoff of homecoming. Ball away, a little bit of a squib kick. That'll be fielded at the 10-yard line. A little bit of a trick play as they toss over to Shepperson. Shepperson usually not in coverage there on the return team, getting his number called, trying to do a little bit of a lateral. Pretty decent starting field position for the Tigers as they'll start from their own 28-yard line.
Yeah, so just going back to some of these keys for the offense here, I think we do a really good job of, taking what the defense gives us. They give us certain looks and whatnot, whether they're playing aggressive, a little bit more conservative. But here, I think Union's going to give us different looks, especially with what we come out in. And right now, I have never seen this formation.
It's quite the formation coming out, indeed.
We're doing a shift.
It was a U shape now moving in Luke Shepperson comes around on a jet, but they'll screen out, and they flip it back to Bass. Bass has got a running lane down the sideline. Big stiff arm pushes forward into Bulldog territory up past the 40-yard line.
Right, doing our own version of a hook and ladder right there.
Yeah, it was nice. And Trey Bass at the end, flexing a little bit on him, stiff armed him to the ground, the defender, and man, what a great start.
Tigers trying to move their offense quickly. Gillis, as they get Seiler off the sideline, or off to the sideline. Gillis dropping back, had pressure coming at him, and he'll throw out of bounds to Patrick Oden. A little bit of a hectic first start there as you start out in that U shape. Everybody switched out. Little hook and ladder.
Early on, you see the Tiger offense, you spreading out the defense a little bit, coming out in some wide formations, really just trying to get their guys out in space a little bit. You know, you even see Union coming out with one high safety. They play a lot of that throughout the game, and I think the Tiger offense can really expose that today.
Gillis sends Mullins over. He hands off with Bass. Bass trying to find a hole, but taken down by the legs. About a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, Chloe, you talk about single high and attacking that with our receivers down the field. Offensive line's got to hold up to give quarterback time to scan the field and to make those throws down the field as well. And already 3rd and long here, it's important for offensive line to hold up on these 3rd and longs.
Gillis has Bass to his left. Spencer McCown here solo on the near side. 3 receivers out wide to his right. Shifts Bass over to the right. Looking downfield, has to flush out to his left. Throws down sideline, has McCown, but that is out of bounds. No good. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Excuse me, 4th down. My apologies. 4th and 9, and it looks like this Tiger offense is staying out on the field in a little bit of a no man's land here on the Bulldogs' 36-yard line. Gillis, same set. He'll look back. Gets the call from the sideline. 5 seconds on the play clock. He backs up and quarterback punt. And fielded inside at the 2-yard line.
Who knew Gillis could do it all?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Jake Russell used to do plays like that when he was quarterbacking.
No, you're very correct, actually, yeah. He was an all-American athlete, guys.
Could do it all.
That man could do it all.
That kind of, just NFL, Ben Roethlisberger, I've seen him do that. Obviously not in his older years, when he was younger.
So the Bulldogs will start from their own 2-yard line as the Tigers defense sees its first time on their field. Walker Russell out at quarterback, has to take it from his own end zone, a screen play over to the side and taken down just past the 5-yard line.
And, yeah, I really think that Tiger front is going to be so important today. You know, we start off with 4 down linemen, and we got their linebackers in there, but they're going to be so important today. Just getting pressure on the quarterback, getting in those run lanes and really shoring up the offense there and stopping that run game. So it can, really help out our back end, and they can be okay, too, in the back end with the DBs and the corners and stuff.
He'll hand off with his back, trying to push forward as the pile moves forward. And they were trying to say the ball came loose, but the referees will blow it dead. Gain of 2 on that play. Bring up 3rd down for the Bulldogs. Tajee Jackson on the carry for the Bulldogs. Third and 3 for the Bulldogs. Russell has Jackson to his right. Norman here on the near side. Everybody's still standing up. Play clock hasn't started yet. Not sure there's some confusion down there. I can see over on the Bulldogs sideline the coach having a word with the official down there. Now the head official heading over to figure out.
There was an inadvertent whistle on the play. Union has chosen to accept the results of the play. It'll be third down.
There was an inadvertent whistle, and they will accept the result of the play. So we still have not changed. It'll be 3rd and 3. Ball on the Bulldog 9-yard line. Pulls, throws over the middle. His target no good as it goes out of his hands. Looking for Justin Barker, the halfback. Could not convert.
Yeah, very fortunate there because he come out of the backfield running right on the hash, and he was wide open.
Yeah.
He would have took that for a long one.
Yeah, defense needs to take that one as a blessing right there that he dropped it. But again, going back to this Union offense, they're going to do a lot of different looks, and right there we see an RPO. Quarterback gets the exact looks he wants. Tight end just couldn't come up with the catch there.
Have to punt from his own end zone. He gets that one out, a booming punt, fielded at the 45-yard line. And there's a block in the back, I'm sure.
I think he hit him in the numbers, in the chest.
Did he?
Yeah, he just went flying.
It's just a good block on my part.
That was a great block. Yeah.
So the Tigers will move up and gain a little extra yardage on the return.
First and 10, Tigers.
Tigers will start very favorable position from the Bulldogs' 31-yard line. Gillis, Bass to his left, 3 here on the near side. Looking this way has Oden, has his blockers out front, tries to make a few men miss, gets up just past the 30.
Pass complete to number 3, Oden.
Yeah, Union early on defense just kind of switching up where they're bringing that 4th man. They're rushing 4. It's a simulated blitz, so they're still bringing 4, but sometimes the slot corner comes, sometimes edge.
Yeah, 25 is creeping up to the line of scrimmage pretty much every time, and he's coming late.
Gillis rolling to his right, has him on the sideline. That's Seiler. He's taken down by 2 just before the chains. That'll hold up for a 3rd down. 3rd and short.
So like that time, the pressure came from the opposite side, as where the slot corner still rushed 4, but it makes the offense think it's pressure or blitz. They're bringing extra people, so it's important though when you see that to make sure you've got your protection right and know where your heart read is. If someone's coming free, which could happen, so it's important to have that communicated.
Gillis has Bass behind him. Shifts over Jack Busey to the right. Hands off with Bass, but Bass spun down for a loss of yardage on that one. And the Tigers will have a 4th down coming up.
You see right there, they switched it. So they see that wing go over to the other side of the offense. He motions over, and the opposite side linebackers are going to come in and blitz. And I know that Coach Russell, they're going to make that adjustment pretty soon and try to expose that part of the defense for Union.
Once again, this Tiger offense is still out there on the field. Rolling to his right. Gillis throws. Sideline Seiler. And the referees will come together.
That's a catch.
That's a catch to me.
And that is a catch. What an athletic play. It's not, we're not unaccustomed to seeing this, but it's still amazing to watch it every time. The sideline presence for that toe tap.
That's close.
From Seiler.
It's still crazy. The catches he makes every week is just...
he got great separation on that, and also great touch and placement by Gillis right there. It takes advantage of the cornerback who has his back turned.
Union is challenging ruling on the field
and
of the catch.
The challenge.
Previous plays under further review.
So we will head to the instant replay booth, once again newly approved here in the Mid-South Conference. And we can take a look at that replay from this angle. That's tough to tell. And you have to operate under conclusive evidence, and I just don't know that you can say that that wasn't a catch.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to overturn, but was it not week 1 there was something that we felt pretty sure would not be either overturned or stood, and it was?
Fair catch, yeah.
Yeah, the fair catch. Yeah. So who knows with the replays? Anything can happen.
I'm not even going to speculate.
There's no reason. Just something to talk about.
I'm going to stay out of it.
Now, there's a camera over there behind the band, and that'll probably that's one of the angles that they're looking at. So that may be able to catch where his foot is on the sideline on the white, but I think it's just going to be a little tough. You might have to go with 2 guys on the field that had their eyes on it.
Well, it's probably a really good challenge by Union, because if it is overturned, that's an incomplete pass. You're getting the ball at the 30, instead of Campbellsville being inside the 10 and first and goal. So really inside the 5. So it's an important call. That's one to maybe take a chance on. I think it's too close, but
it's just so tough to tell on that sideline from that angle, because you don't know where that second foot is, and I don't know. I'm not sure where we're going to go with it, but the Tigers nonetheless already showing a little bit of aggressiveness here early. Now they're in that point where you're not sure if you really want to punt. They went with the Gillis punt the last time, but you're kind of in that spot where, do you want to send out the field goal team? Do you want to be a little more aggressive and try to pick up that first down, set the tone early against this team, and try to get your offense with a little bit of momentum?
Colin, I actually thought they would have gone for it in that first drive there, and I wouldn't have been mad at him. I talked to Coach Russell a little bit before the game, and he just talked about trying to teach his team how to win and how big of that win it was for KCU, just being over them and even being aggressive, going up against a team like that, who is probably in a down year right now, but you got to learn how to win those games. You got to learn how to dominate, and you got to set that tone with your team. So I think he's coming out here with that same sort of aggression in a way, and just trying to give his team that confidence and that's instill that belief in them too.
Yeah, and he's been doing that since week 1. We talked about
head referee back out.
The call on the field stands.
Yeah. Call on the field stands. I didn't think you would get much else.
And you probably got to be strategic with those challenges too, and know where your angles are, because that's tough right there. That's a tough angle to challenge from.
Yeah. I mean, you have this 2 shot that you're looking at right now, but then you also have one on the side or in the end zone, so I'm not sure what all that gives you. So it's just a little bit tough, but nonetheless works out in the Tigers' favor here. The Tigers pick up the first down, first and goal. They'll be on the Bulldogs' 4-yard line. Gillis shifts Bass behind him. Fakes it, has his man wide open, and Gillis is extremely frustrated with himself, and he probably he was feeling the same excitement that was coming in my voice, as it was a for sure touchdown to number 88, Jack Busey, looking for his first touchdown of the year, and just sailed it over him.
I can't do anything but laugh right there. That hurts, and he was excited, and when you're that wide open sometimes
that's the hardest throw.
Yeah, that could be the hardest throw.
Now rolling to his left, throws. That one batted down by number 10. That's Tremonte Gardner, the 6'1 senior for the Bulldogs.
And that's a great play call, especially to have here in the red zone. I think Union's a team that's going to be aggressive, and stop and run. So if you can get as many play actions, and we're a team that likes to run those RPOs too. So if you can get those great fakes, they're going to bite down on those, and there's going to be some windows open for you to throw in. Right there, you just missed it.
3rd and goal for the Tigers. Still on the 4-yard line. 3 receivers out to the left. Seiler in solo coverage there on the near side, or on the far side, Bass over to the left of Gillis. He takes the snap. Hands off with Bass. Unable to push forward into the end zone.
To me, the only reason why you hand off there is because you're going for it on 4th down.
It's a gain of 1, so that'll bring up 4th and goal. And the freshman kicker, Colin Freitas, will come out for the field goal. Now, he's 0 for 3 on the season, but let's put some context into that number. His field goals have been from some pretty insane yardage. 45, 50-yarders. I can't remember the extremely long one that he attempted at KCU. I can't remember how far out that was, but it was certainly far. Freitas up and good.
There you go, Freshie.
So Freitas connects for his first field goal, and the Tigers will come off the field with 3 points. They'll lead 3-0 over Bulldogs here on Homecoming on the CU Sports Network. Tigers lead by a score of 3-0 here on Homecoming against the Bulldogs of Union College, as Gillis and this offense arguably a little frustrated, as they probably should have came off with a touchdown, as he had Jack Busey on the rollout. Just got a little too excited and sailed it.
Nah, Gillis owes Jack on that one, man.
Yeah, take him out for dinner on that one, right?
He owes him.
This team set to kick it off. And
we have a football that tried to run on the field. The one we're not playing with.
They get that cleared off the field.
It looks like they're trying to watch out for an onside kick here.
Now, we saw this at KCU. They went for an onside kick as they were up 14-0 and was able to convert on it.
Hey,
so Union shifting the coverage around, prepared this time. Hard line drive kick. Sails and drops.
Stay in.
Great
just
kick.
inside the 5, fielded at the 4, and the Tigers all over. Ball
Fumbles
is out. And 5 different Tigers all in there. That's a recovery. There is a flag on the field. So let's check for what that is before I say anything. However, great play on special teams from the Tigers,
Looked like a block in the
nonetheless.
back.
Here's the call.
Illegal block in the black. Number 2, Union. That penalty is declined.
So a block in the back on the receiving team. So the Tigers able to pick up a big special teams touchdown. Great job. That's Trey Bass. Trey Bass getting the hit, and let's see who fell on it.
There's Tyler Ballard, number 54 right there.
Tyler Ballard, the freshman out of Louisville, Kentucky, Holy Cross High School, coming up with a big-time recovery, and the Tigers give them 6. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, what a play, man.
And the Tigers running a little bit of trickery, going for 2 on it, and no good.
Wow, what a kick for 1.
Seiler frustrated he couldn't convert the 2-point. But either way, the Tigers come off the field with 6, 9-0. We'll be back after this short break here on the CU Sports Network. Tigers pick up a big special teams touchdown as Tyler Ballard was able to recover the ball loose in the end zone following the fumble. The live stats have it forced by Ladarius Connor. Trey Bass also in on that tackle.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, they won't be ready for it.
9-0 Tigers lead here in Homecoming.
It's a boot.
That one taken just at the goal line, trying for the return, and taken down by Luke Shepperson.
That's our boy.
Now, go ahead, Khalil. I'll just be quiet and I'll let you go on.
This guy's everywhere on the field. Plays tight end, H-back, receiver, slot.
Why are you blushing?
Special teams. Probably put him on defense, be an All-American.
He could. He could do it all.
Playing three sides of the ball out there.
Travis Hunter? What? Travis Hunter who? I'm just kidding. Obviously.
At the 12.
Walker Russell out there for the Bulldogs. It's their offense tries to answer the 9-0 start from the Tigers. Quick hitter over to number 2. That's Taji Jackson in coverage. He'll get out just short of the first down.
Yeah, Union has some really, they give the ball to, number 2 and number 9 pretty consistently. Both pretty good running backs. They move very well, have great size on them. See them get it out there to them in space right there. Ellis Reed has to come up and make that tackle. Read the play very well.
Bailey in on the tackle for the Tigers. Russell takes the snap, throws on a slant route, and right there in coverage once more, Nehemiah Bailey with that pass breakup.
Yeah, with teams' offenses that are running a lot of different actions and stuff, they're still looking to get the ball out quick, and that a lot of times that means they want to get playmakers the ball in space, try to get them to break a tackle and see what they can do. So it's important for a defense to wrap up and then swarm to the ball.
3rd and 1. They run it, and it looks like the Tigers defense will hold up.
Way to go, great stop.
And they will hold. And I don't think they move any further. I believe we'll still stay at 4th down.
Gotta be. There we go.
Yeah, if they went for it right there, this just be a weird day. This is just a weird day. They might still fake it. Who knows?
See the replay there. Just a wall. And great job by number 95. That's Moochie Najee Collins in coverage. Able to stop him before he gets out for a first down and move the chains. So the Bulldogs will punt away. That one goes out of bounds. Going to be out of bounds just before. Plus territory. As the referee went up ahead of the 50, and he keeps backtracking. Now pushing forward. I'm just waiting for the spot.
At worst, that was the 50. At worst.
And it looks like they're going to mark it at the 50.
Right,
so that's what we'll go with.
He took 6 yards back, 3 steps forward.
Nope, they
went back another.
Just as I speak and say it's the 50, they'll move them back to the Tigers' 49-yard line.
They're trying to sabotage you, Collins.
I know. They're trying to make me sound silly on air. That's fine.
A little trickery even from the officials today.
I know. This is an odd broadcast for me. All right. Gillis takes the snap. Has a lot of pressure. And that pass broken up. Intended target was Patrick Oden over the middle. Gillis had to rush that one out a little bit. Union defense was all in the backfield. But luckily they bit on the play fake and started to head towards Bass. Gave Gillis just a little bit more time to get the ball out. 2nd and 10. Bass to his left. 2 receivers out on the near side. Pulls, throws, and that's a pick. Bulldogs come up with a big turnover on defense, as that was number 3, Jamarius McClellan. That's his 2nd interception in the year, 1st of the game, and that will be Jagger Gillis' 3rd interception this season. Khalil, go ahead and break that down for us.
See here on the replay, it looks like he's just not reading through completely and just kind of forces it in there. You start off with a 1 high safety, and he's not moving in the middle of the field. I think if you let, who is it right there? Is it Odin right there? If you let Odin cross him a little bit, you might have something open a little bit more, and he might be a little rushed too with the pressure coming off the edge. So right there, he just needs to read it through and take his time.
The Bulldogs throw one deep, and able to make the play is number 5, the receiver for the Bulldogs. That's Wyatt Ruckerson, the senior, coming up with a big bomb Anton Fant just not able to get back in coverage on a ball that really was kind of floating up in the air, just couldn't get back quick enough.
Yeah, that thing hovered. I thought we might have a chance to at least break it up. But that just shows you how wide open he was.
Yeah, he slipped up a little bit right there. Anton trying to recover.
Russell is grabbed up, and that is Moochie Najee Collins, who has his first start, and I believe it's his first game this season.
Yeah. It was a great call from Coach right there. Had Nigel Norris coming off on the corner blitz. Anton Fant covering in his spot, playing man. Threw the quarterback off a little bit. Had to bring it back down, get out of his hitch, and was able to find his eyes anywhere else and came up with a big sack right there.
2nd and 15 now. Najee Collins able to get into the backfield. Russell takes a snap out of shotgun. Looking, has to look back to his right, and immediately blown up. That's number 91, Jaden Cray, coming over and cleaning up the scraps.
Great play right there from Ellis was the first guy there. I think he really just wanted to, bring the boom.
Yeah, bring
thunder,
the house.
and
Yeah,
hammer,
for sure.
right?
Yeah, all of it.
Didn't bring his arms right there, but great play from the defense.
It's the first of the half.
Take a look at that replay. Takes the big hit, and then as soon as he's able to spin off of that one, just gets rammed again by Craig.
Just flying around. You love to see it.
You know it's a good hit when the sideline gets a sideline warning.
And you start to hear the oohs and the
ooh.
3rd and 14. Ball on the Tiger 22-yard line. Russell has a lot of pressure, able to get it out.
Holding.
And he'll dive forward. That's short of a first down, well short.
My guy, you can see that.
How do you not see that?
No flag on the play.
I'm not one to commentate about the refs very often or consistently throughout the game, but that was just so blatant.
Yeah, we don't commentate much, but he zigged when he should have zagged. That one. Obvious hold. I mean, those on the outside are the ones that seems to get called the most because you're blocking, you're engaged, and when the run breaks outside, a lot of times the lineman's hands are just in the wrong spot, and in that case it was, and they didn't call it.
And they send out the field goal unit, almost blocked, and it looks like it sails in and good. The Bulldogs will tack 3 onto the scoreboard, almost blocked there. Great effort from the special teams. We'll take a quick break as the Tigers up 6 with 5:08 left in the first quarter here on Homecoming on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back as the Tigers lead 9-3 over the Bulldogs of Union College. You take a look at that field goal again, and CJ Cutliff, I believe, was all over top of it. He has 1 block on the year. I actually think he might have gotten a fingertip on it, just able to get through for the field goal.
But then the roll at the end.
Yeah, I know Coach,
impressive.
Coach Beat and Coach Abbott are itching to get a block in this game. Union actually gave up a blocked field goal in their last game against Cumberland and also missed the field goal, in a very winnable game for them. So I know they're wanting to get one today, especially on this special teams group.
Mullins on the return, able to get back out past the Tiger 30-yard line to the 32, and the Tiger offense look to get back out on the field and answer after that drive from Union. Field goal helped put into place by a 34-yard pass to Wyatt Ruckerson. But big defensive plays able to hold Union to that field goal. Gillis has Bass to his left. 2 receivers out here on the near side. He'll hand off with Bass. Bass not really able to go anywhere. He'll actually lose one on the play. They look to the sideline for the play call. Tigers wearing the maroon pants, maroon jersey with the white numbers and trim, white helmets.
Ball on the 31. 2nd and 9.
Gillis pulls, has pressure coming, and he is taken down from the blind side. Number 24 in coverage, Camarius Bradshaw.
Yeah, offensive line's going to see a lot of those different blitzes, especially from the edge in this game.
Just able to get free. There's actually another Bulldog there. That was number 9, Jared Sermons.
Communication is going to be huge in games like this. With the offensive line, they're going to give you different looks. A lot of people creeping up to the line.
3rd and 15, Trey Bass heads out of the backfield, steps up, has a lot of room to run, trying to gain back some yardage, and he's taken down. That'll be about 4 yards shy of the first down, though. And it looks like the punt team will come out onto the field. First time Lopez will get to see action.
Yeah, the Union defense has settled in, outside of our first drive where we had a couple of, scripted plays, that's something you work on all week. Practice you're going to run your first offensive drive. They've settled in and done a really good job, and so now the offense has just got to adjust.
Lopez will punt away inside the Tiger 30. Fielded at the Bulldog 20 and stood up by Mullins.
John Mullins.
But he'll get to the Bulldog 31-yard line, and that's where the Bulldog offense will look to take over here. 2:52 in the first quarter. Still a 6-point lead for the Tigers here on a gorgeous homecoming day. Just a little bit of a breeze going left to right across the field.
Stop at the Union 31.
It stands pretty full too, man. It's a great crowd tonight.
Walker Russell. The back shifts a man over, hands off with number
Awesome.
2. He stood up, nowhere to go. As Taji Jackson, the gain of nothing on the play. 2nd and 10.
This is awesome defensive line play right there. Awesome squeeze. Even if he got out on the outside there's a defender there waiting right for him.
Yeah, and the defensive line so far has done a great job stopping the run and kind of making Union one-dimensional. That obviously helps your defense overall when you can make a team one-dimensional.
2nd and 10, ball on the Bulldog 31-yard line. Russell takes the snap, hands off with Jackson. Once again met by the defensive line. Only a gain of 2 on that one. Well, the Pile's still pushing around.
They should have blew that dead 20 seconds ago.
Yeah. And right there, that was great linebacker play from Ellis, just filling in the hole where his defensive line wasn't, knowing where he needs to be, bringing his arms this time and coming up with a good tackle.
Once the Pile starts moving backwards, they've got to blow the play dead. They allowed it to keep going, and then Union pushed it forward for 2 extra yards.
Tiger fans, it's 3rd down.
So it'll actually be 3rd and 5 on the play following the push of the Pile forward. Solo receiver up top. Russell looking here to the near side and just throws that one into the turf, looking for Norman, who is one of their best targets. He's their leading receiver, 15 for 225 yards. He's averaging about 75 yards a game, being held pretty well today.
Yeah, it's a throw Russell would like to have back. I mean, that's easy pitch and catch. You work on that all the time in practice, So that's one he'd like to have back, but fortunately for the defense, he didn't hit on it, and Campbellsville will get the ball back.
Yeah, as soon as he let that one go, his hands went straight to his helmet. He felt that one. '47,
it's Jace Pauley punting. Gets that one, and that is fumbled. It's muffed punt. And they're going to call it for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he didn't get that one back.
As Antoine Fant just lets it go right through his arms, and the Bulldogs will take over in very good territory.
Yeah, he needs to keep his head right here, especially staying out on defense. You got to keep your head. Might be hurt a little bit too, can't tell.
I think his eyes just went in the wrong spot for a second. He saw the lane that he could run. There was a gunner coming in hard, and he just took his eyes off the ball, I think, there for just that split second.
That's all it takes. That's one of the hardest jobs you can have on the field, too. Punt
return. I don't want to do that ever.
I kick return one time in high school, and it was the most exhilarating experience of my life, and I never did it again.
Russell takes the snap, floats one, and they throw a flag.
I think it was contact on Nigel right there.
As Nigel and
That'll be a little DPI.
Fant were rolling through.
There is a flag.
Pass interference, number 4, Campbellsville. 15 yards from previous spot.
It was enough
first down.
to throw off the receiver in his track, so
that'll move the ball forward. And the offense keeps moving for the Bulldogs. Really on 2 plays of them not necessarily having to do too much either. So the ball now on the Tigers' 12-yard line. Russell steps back in shotgun. Has his man, hands off with Jackson. Not much running room. Once again, a pile. And they'll blow it dead. He'll gain a few yards on the rush.
the defense doing a very good job against his zone so far. Union's running backs are pretty good at finding creases and being a little bit patient and exploding through, but we're doing a really good job squeezing and keeping them inside.
Final minute of the first quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs on the Tiger 9-yard line. Pulls, looking, end zone, throws right through the arms of number 8. It's Justin Barker, the intended receiver.
Was he the one that dropped the seam pass earlier?
So.
Yes. Yeah, that's 2 that he's missed. Those are potential touchdown on that one too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sure of finding that tight end right there too. Those play actions are getting us a little bit.
Yeah,
he just came around from the other side. 3rd and 7 now. Tigers trying to get off the field. Russell throws, has him once more off his hand. That's Barker once again.
Kale hesitated right there. He just needs to go out and cover that tight end. He was in the right place and don't give him too much space. Fortunately, he didn't catch the ball once again.
Looks like the Tigers defense will be able to get off the field holding to at least a field goal. Hopefully it'll be less here, as number 19, Markel Robinson.
Watch the middle here getting penetration.
39 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter. Ball is up and good. So the Bulldogs get off the field once more with a field goal. 9-6, the Tigers lead over the Bulldogs. 34 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break here on the CU Sports Network. Dustin Brown converts on a, they have it as Dustin Brown on the live stats. It's number 19 on their roster is Markel Robinson, but I'll stick with the live stats. Dustin Brown converts on another field goal. 6 points for the Bulldogs, 9-6. Campbellsville leading. This offense back out on the field and gain a little bit of momentum, put some points on the board.
Yeah, need to find a way to get the run game going a little bit because right now we're kind of one-dimensional too, and Union's starting to get pressure on Gillis, and we just don't want to live there.
A kick headed towards the sideline, takes a bounce. Trying to cut over here to the near side, breaks a tackle. And pulled down, that's a face mask at the 32-yard line.
Return by number 7, Mullins. Stopped at the 31. There is a flag.
Personal foul, face mask. Number 32, Union. 15 yards to be added in the run. First down.
Face mask on the Bulldogs. As we take a look at that return right here on the tackle, you see him just get wrapped up. Number 32 dragging him down by his helmet. That's Kendrick Wright for the Bulldogs. And that penalty will help move the Tigers into much more favorable position as the ball's now past the 45 on their own 46-yard line. Gillis, 2 backs, sends Alker out. Pulls, throws over to Ashton Alker.
Good blocking.
He's breaking through on the side. Pushes forward. Good gain there on first down. Gain of 8 on the play. 2nd and 2.
Official timeout. Inside Union territory. 2nd and 2. Ball
Once again, a 2-back set. Bass, but he has Mullins to his right, Bass to his left. Pulls it, runs it right up the middle, but he loses it. Luckily, balls fell on by number 72. That's Caleb Edmiston dropping down onto it. That'll move the chains for a Tiger first down.
Yeah, it was a good read by keeping it. He's just got to make sure when he gets through all them bodies that he's holding on to the ball.
That's the end of the first quarter. 9-6, the Tigers lead. We'll step away for a quick break here on the CU Sports Network. To 6 here, 15 minutes start of the second quarter as the Tigers are in favorable field position here after that first down. Thankfully, Caleb Edmiston able to fall on top of it, fumbled by Gillis on the quarterback keeper. You see, breaks through, but just gets it popped out. That's number 7 there, able to get him to fumble the ball. That's Noah Steen. He's their leading tackler. Coming up with a big play.
Yeah, like Brett said, that was a great read from Gillis. Kept it to the very last minute. Gave himself a chance. He needs to hold on to the ball. These games, you got to take care of the ball, man.
Sticking with the 2-back set is Campbellsville. Hands off with Bass. Bass spins and leans forward to get to the 40-yard line. Gain of 3 on the rush.
Hardly ever does Trey Bass go down on the first contact. It's just hardly ever. He seems to always be fighting for another yard, another inch. He has just got such a low center of gravity. He's just got good balance, good vision. He's fun to watch.
2nd and 6. Gillis takes the snap. Looking to the near side here, has Mullins. Mullins tries to cut back in. He'll get out to the 30-yard line and pick up another Tiger first down.
That was a great job by Gillis. He kind of looked down the field, kind of froze the defense with his eyes, and then come back to the right and gave Ellis a little bit more room.
Number 9, Jared Sermons. 1st and 10, Tiger.
Tigers on the Bulldog 30-yard line. Mullins out, hands off to Bass. He'll pick up no yards as he just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to establish his run game right now, which is it's good. Just need to pick up some more yards and get it going a little bit more, but I like the thought.
And I think I said Ellis. It's Mullins. I don't know why I said Ellis.
It's okay. We just go.
I think I was just like
right.
Gillis, and then Mullins and Gillis, and
It's
it
not
comes
the
out
same thing,
Ellis.
Brett.
I don't even know.
Gillis takes the snap, pulls it, looking downfield,
There you
now
go.
running. He'll give a toss
That's
out to
Mullins.
Mullins. Mullins breaks to the sideline.
Good job, Brett.
What do you think about that?
He'll gain he'll gain 9 on the play, excuse me.
At least I, owned up to my mistake. Step number 1.
Knocked out of bounds at the 21.
3rd and 1. And has that knocked away, and
Ball.
they say no,
Okay.
they'll say it's the pass.
I was about you gotta fall on it anyways. You just don't know.
Yeah, for
You
sure,
gotta-
for sure.
I thought he was trotting to the ball.
Yeah, I did too. I thought he was like, I'm not going to outrun him.
Lawan.
Oh, my gosh.
That'll
But,
bring up
yeah, good
4th and
call.
1. The offense is going to stay out on the field. Just take a look at that replay. He was in, I don't know. Had a pretty good wrap on that arm, but either way.
Well, they can't challenge him, so.
4th and 1, and flag on the play.
Offside with contact. Number 1, Union.
Offside
5
with
yards, that's the first
contact.
down.
On Quintarius Tanksley.
That's tough for Union.
So that'll move the chains, and that'll be a Tiger first down, a less climactic first down, but a first down nonetheless.
We'll take it either way.
1st and 10, Tiger.
Never refuse a first down. Gillis has Bass to his left. Seiler and Shepperson here on the near side. McCown out top. Looking that way. Gillis now running. He
All
has
kinds of
all day. Shepperson picks up a
Great
block,
block.
dives at the pylon. Give them 6 touchdown Tigers.
Guys, he doesn't score unless someone makes a block right there.
You know who
made
that
that
was? Who was that, Khalil?
Number 8, Luke Shepperson made
Luke
that block.
Just had all day. Shepperson able to come up, make that big block. Good job with Shepperson downfield, knowing the situation and turning right back in to make that big block and a dive at the pylon.
Was it McGushy with the pancake block there, too, that opened up that lane on the left side?
Oh, give him this chain. Give him the pancake chain.
Freitas knocks through the extra point, and the Tigers find themselves up 10, 16-6, 12:31 left in the half. We'll be back on the CU Sports Network. Tigers up 16-6 over the Bulldogs here on homecoming. As we take a look back at that one, nobody downfield and just sees all day to run. Gillis takes off and an athletic dive at the pylon for the big man for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's a great play from Gillis right there. Just being able to step up in the pocket, feel that pressure on his back just a little bit, but also see enough green. I mean, he has the legs and the athleticism to make a play. We see it right there. Great block from Luke Shepperson, and comes up with a huge touchdown to be up 10.
Lopez. With the big boot. And that's a touchback.
Lopez has a leg. That is for sure.
I think he has two.
I also think he has two.
He only uses one, though.
Well, that's also not true. He had to walk off the field or trot off and use two for that.
He did trot off. I still think he could do it on one leg.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Lopez certainly has the leg, one of the best punters in the Mid-South Conference. He has a long of 58 this year. He's averaging close to 36 yards a punt. He's put 5 inside the 20 so far this season.
Yeah, I've loved what we've seen out of the defense today. You know, we talked about the beginning of the season, a lot of, bending and not breaking, and we've seen that today, even after some big mistakes on special teams and penalties.
Russell hands off this running back into the game. It's Mario Parks, the freshman for the Bulldogs. Saw him a lot more in the receiving game, getting involved here in the rushing game.
And with Union running the ball so much and your defense stopping the run, this is exactly when DBs need to be on their toes and make sure they're playing disciplined football and, reading their keys and doing what they're supposed to be doing on the back end.
Gain of 2 on that rush, 2nd and 8 on the Bulldog 27-yard line. Russell taken down by the Tigers. And that is number 40, Keelan Lamar, getting involved, the KCU transfer. Tigers come up with a sack. 3rd and 9.
Tiger fans, it's 3rd down.
Loss of 1 on that sack from Keelan Lamar. Russell throws, has nobody. I'm not sure if the receiver got tangled up. Number 12, Chris Thomas, was down low.
I thought they were going to call something for a second, but yeah, they definitely got tangled up there.
So either way, that brings up 4th and 9 with no flag on the field, and the punt team heads out onto the field.
Yeah, the defense is just doing a great job. Once again, just making them one-dimensional.
Just gets tangled up down low, trying to cross across.
And honestly, it's hard to say one-dimensional. Like, they're not having a lot of success moving the ball, whether it's passing or running.
Low snap, able to pick it up. He skies it.
Out the way.
It's not a far punt. Tigers just get out of the way of that one.
Oh,
let
in there.
it roll down.
A little stunting on them. Get away from the ball.
Goes just past the 50 into Tiger territory.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, Khalil. They're not, but they feel like they have to be, which is really just making it tough. It's tough on Union when you can't really do anything. Running's not getting you anywhere. You got receivers falling. You got tight ends not catching the ball. It's just
that is tough, and they've had several times where they could have, gotten conversions, first drive, second drive, and just not able to connect.
That one was a 27-yard punt for Jace Polly. Offense out on the field. Gillis, quarterback keeper, gains 1 on the play.
I think that's one of the adjustments maybe that we've seen Coach Russell make is now giving Gillis the option to keep as he reads his edge defenders because they're coming hard. They're really penetrating hard in the backfield. So now it's giving the defense something else to look at.
Gillis has Bass behind him. 3 receivers stacked up.
Yeah, playing space.
Ashton Walker pushing forward, picks up a first down for the Tigers.
I mean, so when the defense is bringing so many people and they're bringing a lot of pressure and they're giving you a look of, so many people in the box, it's a numbers game at that point. It's always a numbers game. So right there, Coach Russell has Gillis throw out to the flats, great screen, and we're able to get run
Union,
on that.
or second and a half.
Union takes a timeout, so we'll take one as well. The Tigers lead 16-6 with 10:20 left in the first half here on the CU Sports Network. Tigers, 10:20 left in the first half, find themselves up 10. A gorgeous homecoming day here in Campbellsville, Kentucky, at Finley Stadium. Tigers with a 1st and 10 on the Bulldog 48-yard line. Another stack of receivers here on the near side.
So even right now, man, if you see number 25 even attempting to come in, I want to go one-on-one with Siler.
Gillis
or whoever's
steps
on
up into the
outside.
pocket, but takes a big hit, tries to flip it out to Bass. And
That should be incomplete, shouldn't it?
the head referee's saying, I believe, that he is down there before he got the ball
Saying
out.
he's down. Okay.
So that's a big sack for the Bulldogs as that pushes the Tigers all the way back to the 50-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 17.
2nd and 17.
Same formation. This time they have Josh Traylor to the left of Gillis. A lot of pressure. Traylor gets the ball dumped to him. Gets to the sideline, picks up a big gain, and there should be no... They're not going to throw a flag, but once the whistle's blown and you continue to whip somebody down, but they let it go.
Stop number 3, McClellan.
Traylor with a big pickup to make it 3rd and manageable here.
That was actually a really good screen call. They're taking advantage of them being super aggressive.
3rd and 5.
Free play, free play.
Offsides. He takes the shot to Siler. Siler makes the catch. He is down at the 2-yard line, but what a pitch and catch.
He is so great at just tracking the ball in the air and has great body control.
But watch him at the end. Just watch.
Offside.
Catches it. Then he's like, keep it
95
away.
Union.
Like, it's
That
just,
penalty's declined.
Like, it's just
Result of the play is
effortless.
first down.
he
Like,
puts on
that's
a
so
clinic.
gross.
I was a little nervous when we got the 2 deep this week. Siler's name was left off of it, and I was much relieved to find out that he would be playing here today. And he has already made the most of it.
My gosh.
So the Tigers on the 2-yard line, posed to push this one in. 1st and goal. Gillis tosses it,
Incomplete.
looking for Jack Busey.
But that's a great play call right there, especially when you see a defense being as aggressive as Union is right now. And I think that's something to come back to later on.
They sold out on Traylor, and Busey had a lane, just unable to reel in the shovel pass.
Like it's there. And if you're seeing number 3, the safety, come down and be aggressive on that H-back right there, you can even take advantage of that and expose him too. I think he's a little aggressive as a safety. He bites down on those in routes as well.
Gillis Looking, that time converts to Busey. Give them 6. Touchdown Tigers.
Yeah, way to come back to him. They worked on that little flip play in practice, and he got real excited about it being called. He's like, this is my time to shine. Drops it. All right, let's go back to the big fella on the next play for a touchdown.
He was supposed to have one earlier anyways, too, so it was a great job going back to him.
Make sure he hauls that one in. Tigers put 6 up on the board. Freitas out there to tack on the extra point as the 36-yard pass to Andre Seiler sets up a 2-yard completion to Jack Busey for the touchdown. A 7-play, 53-yard drive. And the Tigers tack on the extra point, 23-6. Tigers leading over the Bulldogs here on homecoming at Finley Stadium on the CU Sports Network. (23-6). Tigers lead over the Bulldogs. Lopez getting set to kick it away. 7-play, 53-yard drive capped off by Jack Busey as he picks up his first touchdown of the season.
I talked about it at the beginning of the game. If you're a team that can take advantage of the looks the defense gives you, you're gonna have a lot of success, especially as an offense, and really exposing the looks they're giving you. So right now, Union's being aggressive, showing a lot of different pressures, a lot of different looks. We come out that with some screens, we come out there with some shovels. Even on that penalty right there, we're able to take advantage of a release by Seiler because there's no safety help over top. It's press coverage from the corner. So right there, I want to see a little bit more of that too. Take advantage of those matchups. Get the ball to your guys on the outside. Get them the ball in space too, and those screens on the outside too. So we're doing a very good job, and I just want to see more of that because Union's being aggressive, and I think they're gonna kind of keep that up a little bit too.
Ball sails into the end zone for a touchback. So the Tigers will start their defensive stand from the Bulldog 25-yard line. Russell throws into the flats, and great tackle. Able to wrap him up by the shoestrings. Number 27, Quinn Ackey.
We're seeing them, stay consistent with the short game, the quick game here, but not really a whole lot of shots down the field, especially, with some developing plays. At some point they're going to have to get out of that because I feel like, CU's they're coached very well. The game plan's really good this week so far, and it's working. What we're doing right now, we're flying around to the ball, stopping a run, and we're also flying around on those screens and being causing havoc there too. So
a loss of 2 on that play. 2nd and 12. Russell steps up into the pocket, throws, and unable to connect with his receiver. I believe that was James Tucker. Actually, it was number 80. That's Quinn Carter.
Yeah, he does a great job there, stepping up in the pocket. He just...
Oh, is that the pancake chain?
It was the pancake chain. Out on the video board. Number 79.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
He deserves it.
Also makes me hungry.
Russell has to quickly get rid of it, and that ball is dropped incomplete as Taji Jackson unable to reel in the catch, and that is a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, right now Union is in self-destruct mode.
That's a good point. I'm thinking about it. Right now, I talked about how I think they want to stay with their game plan on the defense maybe a little bit. I feel like as a coaching staff, they think, man, if we just make a few plays that we're supposed to right here, catch a few balls, we're in this game. But right now, they're just kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and the first home game of the year, we allowed a team back in the game and still won. This one, you have to keep your foot on the gas, and you have to finish it. Finish this half strong.
A punt headed towards the sideline, and good job from Oden to duck out of the way of that one as it came flying at his feet. off the turf. Tigers will start from their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, right now, if you, in a scheme of things in the chess match, Campbellsville's done a better job of adjusting to what Union's doing, both defensively and offensively. And now you're kind of just waiting for the coaches of Union to kind of get that going. But executionally, Union's just offensively, they're killing themselves. Probably a handful of drop passes already. And it's just making it tough on a quarterback who's trying to make plays, and he's been off on a few too.
Gillis hands off with Josh Traylor. Traylor bounces to the outside, has a miss, but there's a flag. Back around where he broke free.
Holding. Number 51, Campbellsville. 10 yards from the spot of foul. Remains first down.
Holding called on Campbellsville.
Stop made by number 4, Paul Maxwell.
So that run negated. It comes all the way back and some more.
They called that on the right tackle, but the play went to the left. That's
2nd and 19. Gillis looking the whole way. That one batted. And it looks like they'll call it a recovery and a fumble. So the Bulldogs recover a fumble from Gillis. I wasn't sure if that was just batted down or not.
That looks like he was about to throw it.
I feel like based on the other one,
no, it's
that ball's loose before he
yeah.
starts. So a good call. And I think your offensive lineman just got pushed up into his throwing arm. I don't think Bulldog even got a hand on it.
Yep. That's unfortunate. And that's exactly what Union needed.
Union.
So the Bulldogs will start out on the Tiger 30-yard line.
Wow.
But the Tigers all over it just as soon as Taji Jackson got the ball. That was Moochie. Najee Collins was standing right there with a warm reception. I'm sorry, that's actually Mario Parks. But the ball was put in his chest, and Najee Collins was already there.
Barely had to work for it. He just hit a little, used his hands well, got in the gap, and he was right there.
That's
almost like he didn't know what to do. Just wait for him to hand it off or something. But great play from Najee right there.
Yeah, it almost looked like the offense wasn't on the same page there either.
Russell sent Barker over to the right. Parks pushing through the line, able to gain some yardage back. We'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Carried by number 3, Parks. Stopped by number 45, Cheney. Ball placed at the 23. Tiger fans.
Russell with Parks to his left. Barker on the left side of the line. 2 receivers out to the right. He's looking that way to the sideline and just well underthrown from Walker Russell, but he looks frustrated with his receiver out there, Tony Norman.
Yeah, just miscommunication there. I think that obviously Russell was expecting him to stop a little bit sooner, I think, and he just ran the route a little deeper.
I think he ran deeper to get to the stick.
Yeah, it's still a little underthrown at that point, unless you're trying to give him some space and make a move, but he didn't make it to the sticks yet. So, right there, I understand why Walker's a little frustrated. They're not on the same page, but I think he needs to put it on him a little bit more. It's good anticipation right there, but.
So a big 4th and 8. Russell has all sorts of pressure, throws, that picked off.
And that's a great job.
Pick up a big interception. That is number 37. Josiah Harris, the freshman out of Villa Rica, Georgia.
Yeah, great job. One, just, you turn the ball over, you're backed up already, and then you get a 4th down stop. That's huge for a defense, huge for a team, and got pressure right up the middle. The quarterback, he just kind of heaved that across the middle, had no chance.
6:15 left here in this first half. 23-6. The Tigers lead. They'll start from their own 8-yard line. So backed up. Not really super used to this field position. We've had pretty good field position all day. We're going to have to go just about the length of the field here. Gillis finds Seiler out on the sideline. He steps out.
Yeah, he flopped a little bit, but like.
There's just no need to even put the hand on him and push him at that point, which is what the crowd's upset about.
I probably would have flagged him anyways. If he's gonna why are you why touch him?
He just needs to act a little bit better next time.
It's just not a smart play on the defense right there, but it wasn't punished. So, hey, maybe we'll do it again.
Two-back set for Gillis. Has Traylor to his left, Mullins to his right. Sends Mullins out to the left. And Gillis is swallowed up.
Yeah, they're having some trouble with the speed of these linebackers who are blitzing from the outside here.
Sacked for a loss of 5 on the play.
So right there, just gets the edge around him.
Yeah, both sides really struggling, and that's kind of where we've seen the balls come out. And Gillis has had space to step up. The center guard triangle has been really good, but the tackles are having trouble with speed.
Traylor to Gillis's left, or right, excuse me. 3 receivers out on the far side. Seiler here on the near. He'll dump down to Traylor. Traylor has some space, making a few men miss. He'll gain back the yardage. Move up to the 20 and pick up a Tiger first down.
Another great call, taking advantage of their aggression.
Great job from Traylor to just spin around and be there, be an available target for Gillis to find. Tigers with a fresh set of downs here. Stack set over on the far side. Ashton Alker trying to find the corner and just barely missed being able to make it, as number 18, Isaiah Osborne, able to make the play on Alker.
Ball on the 22, 2nd and 8.
Gillis. His Traylor lined up behind him. 2 receivers on both sides. Mullins coming over in motion. Keeps it.
Good
fakes. And able to dive forward and picks up a first down. Great play from Jagger Gillis, selling the fake to Mullins out there towards the sideline and bites back inwards, able to pick up a first down.
They're just a great read and a great fake, able to get the first down there. It just plays with a lot of poise. He's usually very calm in the pocket, outside the pocket, and puts his teammates in good positions to make plays, but also can make plays himself.
Gillis sends Traylor out of the backfield. They find Traylor. That one nearly batted down. He'll move up, and there's a flag on the play. And that flag comes in.
I told you they're going to do it again.
There's going to be 2 different flags on this play. We'll see what they are.
A lot of laundry.
One is definitely going to be an unsportsmanlike on the Bulldogs. We'll see what the other is. You're going to get the unsportsmanlike on number 6 of Union.
Should have flagged him the first time.
Holding Campbellsville. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6 Union. Those 15 yards will be enforced. Automatic first down.
So a 10-yard holding penalty on Campbellsville, and that comes back to a 15-yard unsportsmanlike. The Tigers will pick up a first down.
Brett, were you watching Seiler block on that? on that play?
Yes.
What do you think it was hold?
I didn't think it was.
I didn't think it was either.
I just think I thought he had his hands inside.
Hands were inside. He was aggressive. Corner couldn't do anything.
We take a look at this replay here real quick and see if we can't see it.
It's probably when he pulled. I think he might have pulled him down. Oh, that was on the outside there.
Yeah, so maybe he pulled.
Yeah.
Pulling that shoulder pad in there.
Good call. Good call, I guess.
Yeah. He just kind of pulled him.
Good job by our camera team, our replay, and all of our CU Sports Network students working today's game and full-time employees as well.
Yep.
Thank you to them for all their hard work putting together
Yes, sir.
what we do. Gillis drops back, throws down the sideline. Seiler makes the play. I'm pretty sure he was on his backside as he caught that ball. And you just can't ask for a bigger weapon than Andre Seiler as we take a look at that replay. Just a gorgeous catch.
Great back shoulder throw from Gillis right there, but just the catch is right. The catch.
I didn't say anything on the last catch. I was like, because I was about to say that was the best catch I've ever seen him make. So I was like, I'm not going to say anything. He's probably going to make another one. And he just did.
Tigers move the chains, pick up another first down. He's dancing in the pocket, throws down the sideline. He's out of bounds.
See right there, they play Seiler a little bit differently that time. Playing a little bit more softer zone, off coverage.
They might want to double him, like every time.
We haven't seen a lot of. They just don't play that way very often, I don't think.
Just under 2 minutes.
Maybe they should.
They should. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they do play that way. I'm saying maybe they should.
Just under 2 minutes left here in the first half. 23-6. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Ball on the Bulldogs' 40-yard line.
I mean, right now, press coverage on Seiler. Playing off a little bit, showing a little different look post-snap.
Throws, has that pass batted and deflected, but it'll fall to the turf harmlessly and bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I think Seiler's pointing to number 3 right there because they're bringing some extra help. And Gillis needs to see that right there.
Question, have y'all seen Shepperson lately? I have not seen him.
Not as much.
So that makes me worried.
Number 84, Mike Clark is out there. So is Ashton Alker, Mullins, and Spencer McCown, the receiving core. Gillis looking left side, throws,
hot.
led Alker a little too much speed on that ball.
Yeah, I think he missed Mike Clark underneath right there. Had him a little early. I think he was just waiting for it to develop a little bit more. Probably just needs to take what he gets right there.
Number 10, Camonte Gardner.
They'll bring up 4th and 10. Offense looking out. Seiler and Oden check in.
4th and 10.
And the Tigers going to continue to go for it here. 4th and 10. Ball on the Bulldog 40-yard line with 1:49 left in the first half. Takes a snap, rolls to his left, has pressure, and he's hit and taken down back near the 50.
You got to just get rid of the ball or something. Can't take a sack there.
So the Bulldog offense with 1:43 will start out at about the halfway point.
Yeah, that was just a really good play from the linebacker right there. It kind of came out of nowhere and I think caught Gillis off guard. Tough place to take a sack, but probably thought he could get something a little bit more, maybe evade him a little bit.
Russell has Tajee Jackson to his left. Rolling to his left now. Being chased. Finds his receiver, but he slips on the turf. And he's down. It was number 20, Isaiah Johnson, the senior, with the reception and a first down.
Pass complete to number 20, Johnson.
And, I know Coach Russell, he's got his mindset's to be aggressive.
Set the game clock to 1:34.
something
134,
else
it will
that
start
I
on my
thought
whistle.
maybe punting it there and pinning them deep as well as our defense is playing. I'm up here saying stuff, so I'm not a coach, but
You are a coach.
well, I do coach, just not this sport.
Russell drops back, throws, and another one sent into the turf short of his receiver.
He's had a lot of throws like that. It's just it's like it's getting stuck in his hand, or it's just not making it to the receiver a lot of time, where it's coming out super hot.
Number 19, C.J. Cutler on the coverage.
He just looks a little bit rushed or something.
2nd and 10. Ball on the
2nd and 10 now. Russell throws to the flat, and Nehemiah Bailey all over it. That's tackled for a loss of 1.
They're going to have to try something down the field. I know it's not worked out so far, but they're going to have to open up a little bit, spread it out.
Yeah, I think they're thinking, Russell's having issues hitting any kind of pass down the field, and they're just like, what do we do, It's a tough spot to be in as a coach.
Under a minute left here in the first half. 3rd and 11 on the Tiger 42-yard line. Russell takes the snap and drops back. Bailey coming in free, but he's picked up. They're able to find his man just past the sticks. That's Tony Norman picks up the first down, and the chains will move.
pass complete to number 1, Norman. 1st and 10.
Clock running again now that the chains are set. Now on the 30-yard line of the Tigers. Russell looking to the sideline again, now drops, throws over the middle, has a man wide open. Just able to slide through. Nobody in his area. That's number 80, Quinn Carter, making the catch.
Quinn Carter.
And a touchdown for the Bulldogs here right towards the end of the half.
Not sure if Kale was supposed to.
It's hard to say. I couldn't really identify the coverage. I see the safety, Josiah Harris, covering one side of the field of the numbers and stuff, but I couldn't find.
He looked a little frustrated on it, like after it happened. So, and maybe he was frustrated with himself because he didn't drop deep enough. Maybe.
Extra point up and good. 23-13. The Tigers lead over the Bulldogs with 33 seconds left in the half. We'll be right back on the CU Sports Network. Tigers find themselves up 10 here with 33 seconds left in the half, 23-13, as head coach Jake Russell, in his first season as head coach here at Campbellsville, his first homecoming as a coach, not his first homecoming here at Campbellsville, certainly a player in the record books here, but in his first season as coach, he's 1-2, looking to pick up his second win and his first win in front of this home crowd.
Yeah, doing a very good job so far. I talked a little bit with him before the game. I just feel like, the coach is in a really good spot right now. The program's in a really good spot right now, especially coming off that win against KCU, just having something to build on and finally getting the guys to have a win and see what that feels like and looks like, especially being in such a new spot.
Squib kick that Mullins had a little bit of a trouble fielding. There's a flag down at the 20-yard line.
You can only assume that's on the return team.
Don't really get a warm feeling when a flag comes out on a return, if you're the return team anyway.
Holding, number 28, Campbellsville, during the return. 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
You get a holding on Nehemiah Bailey on the return. So 25 seconds, we'll see what Campbellsville opts to do here. they won't be getting the ball to start the half since they got the ball to start the game.
I think it'd be wise to be conservative here.
First and 10, Tigers.
I concur.
Gillis stands back, takes the snap, has that pass
And
batted,
that's why.
and
that's why.
intercepted at the 15-yard line by number 7. That's Noah Steen.
Number 7, Steen.
And that's not good, because at this point with 20 seconds left, you think they could at least come off the field with a field goal to end the half and then get the ball back at the start of the second half.
Yeah, and to be specific, Brett, when he says conservative, he means, just running the ball, running the clock out, going into halftime, just being satisfied with a 10-point lead. And not that it was like a huge play or a huge run or a huge pass play, but, you just never know what happens in that situation.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
And you're already pinned deep because of the penalty.
Russell throws out, has his man. It's Quinn Carter to get him with the reception.
That was a nice little stunt right there.
Timeout, it looks like taken
Number 80, Gardner.
by Union.
Stopped by number 28, Bailey.
They gain 1 on the
Timeout,
reception.
Union. Their
We'll
third
take a
final
quick
timeout.
break as the Tigers lead 23-13. 13 seconds left here in the first half on the CU Sports Network.
Campbellsville.
23-13, 13 seconds left in the first half. Union will receive the ball at the start of the second half.
Ball number 14.
Ball on the Tigers' 14-yard line following that interception. Takes a shot at the end zone. Norman, what an catch. I find it hard to not be impressed. That is a one-handed catch by Tony Norman.
That's a great catch.
I mean, you can't say anything else. In almost double coverage, you got one person on you, you take a hit from Fant coming nearby,
That was
and he
one-handed.
just reels it in. What a catch.
Nehemiah is he's draped all over him. There's safety coming over to help clean up. There's not much else he can do.
And the extra point is up and good. So a little bit of a turn of events, 23-20, as the Tigers now only lead by 3 going into the half. There's 9 seconds left. We'll step away for a quick break here on the CU Sports Network. Tigers find themselves up by 3, 9 seconds left. As you thought perhaps you'd get into the locker room with at least a 10-point lead, and then the interception comes and the Tigers give up. I mean, just a spectacular catch. There's not much more you can do in coverage than what Bailey and Fant did. Tony Norman just making one heck of a football play And now Campbellsville up 3. Union will get the ball back to start the half.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of bad luck in this first half. Like a lot of easy plays that should be routine, and you end up not making them. A lot of drop catches, some penalties here and there, and then finally they catch a break, and now it's a 3-point deficit for them. In a great place. That's exactly where they want to be.
3 seconds remaining here in the first half.
I mean, kind of crazy to think it was just 23-6.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, yes. It's an odd sight. Be sure to stay tuned here through halftime. It'll look a little bit different. Homecoming festivities happening. So be sure to stay tuned in. Homecoming court and everything else going on down there on the field. 23-20, that's the end of the half as the Tigers take a knee. And that's where we will end the first half with Union to start the ball in the second half. Tigers up 3.
Tigers on top 23-20.
So the Tigers on scoring plays there, just all dominated by Union there towards the end. And I'm actually going to step away and leave it to the PA address, Chad Shively here for homecoming festivities.
On behalf of the Student Government Association of Campbellsville University, welcome to the 2023 Homecoming Queen Ceremony. We would like to start by welcoming our 2022 Homecoming Queen, Miss Brooke Ann Buckner. Brooke Ann graduated from Campbellsville University in May with a degree in criminal justice and psychology. She is currently working at H&W Duke Sporting Goods as a social media manager and e-commerce coordinator while starting her master's in criminology at CU. She is being escorted by Campbellsville University President Dr. Joe Hopkins. Representing the freshman class is Miss Macy Brown. Macy is a freshman marriage and family ministry major from Mitchie, Tennessee. In 5 years, she plans to be pursuing a graduate degree in marriage and family therapy while working in church ministry. She is escorted by O'Neill Brown. Congratulations to our 2023 freshman attendant, Macy Brown. Representing the School of Social Work is Miss Reagan Adams. Reagan is a senior social work major from Raleigh, North Carolina. In 5 years, she plans to graduate with her master's in social work and working with special needs children. She is escorted by Andres Laboy. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Reagan Adams. Representing the International Student Association is Ms. Priscilla Edwards. Priscilla is a sophomore mathematics major from Nigeria. In 5 years, she plans to work closer to her career in the medical field and trusting that God will lead her throughout those years. She is escorted by Julio Benedicto Perez. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Priscilla Edwards. Representing the School of Education is Miss Morgan Carter. Morgan is a senior elementary education major from Lafayette, Tennessee. In 5 years, she plans to be teaching and inspiring her students while also coaching high school softball. She is escorted by Colby Bilbray. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Morgan Carter. Representing Campus Ministries is Miss Callie Colson. Callie is a senior business administration major from Hickman, Kentucky. In 5 years, she sees herself in a business career that she loves, possibly wedding and event planning. She is escorted by Simeon Davis. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Callie Colson. Representing the Fellowship of Christian Athletes is Miss Nina Damon. Nina is a senior and art design major with an emphasis in graphic design from Lexington, Kentucky. In 5 years, she hopes to have expanded her graphic design skills and knowledge. Her main focus will be creating logos for businesses. She is escorted by Brandon Cox. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Nina Damon. Representing the Japanese club is Miss Miyu Aimee. Miyu is a junior nursing major from Tokyo, Japan. In 5 years, she plans to live in the U.S. and to continue to work towards her career. She is escorted by Torahiro Tokauno. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Miyu Aimee. Representing the Black Student Association is Miss Janiyah Martin. Janiyah is a senior graphic design art major from Louisville, Kentucky. In 5 years, she plans to be teaching early childhood education while building her small business. She is escorted by Carter Martin Jr. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Janiyah Martin. Representing women's wrestling is Ms. Gabrielle Medeiros. Gabrielle is a senior business entrepreneurship major from California. In 5 years, she plans to be working at a real estate firm. She is escorted by Isaiah Beavers. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Gabrielle Medeiros. Representing the archery team is Miss Bree Miles. Bree is a senior criminal justice and Christian missions major from Chapman, Kansas. In 5 years, she plans to graduate with a master's in criminology and work as a forensic scientist. She is escorted by Bernie Sluter. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Bree Miles. Representing TNL is Miss Gracie Skaggs. Gracie is a junior marriage and family ministry major from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. In 5 years, she plans to be working as a licensed marriage and family therapist. She is escorted by Mike Skaggs. Congratulations to our 2023 Homecoming Queen candidate, Gracie Skaggs. Thank you to all these ladies for participating in our 2023 Homecoming Court. We would now like to recognize our freshman attendant, Macy Brown.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Our second runner-up, Gabrielle Medeiros. Our first runner-up is Reagan Adams. And the 2023 Campbellsville University Homecoming Queen, Bree Miles. Let's have another round of applause for all of our participants. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Dr. Joseph Hopkins, President of Campbellsville University, and Dr. Tony Cunha, Dean of the School of Music, we present for your halftime entertainment the Campbellsville University Tiger Marching Band. The Tiger Marching Band is under the direction of Field Commanders Caleb Trent and Gustavo Tomez. The band president is Jacob Hayes. Director of bands is Dr. Corey Bonds. Assistant directors include Mr. Clark Hunt, Mr. Ed Johnson. The percussion professor is Dr. Chad Floyd. Season, the Tiger Marching Band pays homage to the masters of the stage. Join us.
Much. It's been negative 15 yards for the Tigers rushing wise and 8 rushing yards for Union. Of course, sacks play into that. So the rushing game has been a little non-existent. Welcome back to halftime coverage here on the CU Sports Network. As it started out with a little bit of trickeration, guys were pulling out all the stops. Trey Bass getting in on some big runs there just to start the game. The Tigers were moving the ball on offense pretty well. Seiler has done what Seiler does, makes spectacular grabs. He's done that all night. And this has been a game of passing. The passing yards, 184 for Campbellsville, 123 for Union, negative 15 rushing yards for Campbellsville, and only 8 for Union. And these are teams, now Campbellsville doesn't always average the most rushing yards. We're a very highly rated passing team, but 452 yards total average on the year. 81 of those are rushing. And here, negative 15 to start the first half. So the rush game really hasn't been much, but it's really been the mistakes, or some of the mistakes and miscues from the Tigers. You muff the punt with Antoine Fant. That leads to a field goal. And there's just a bunch of other things. A few flags have led into the mix, and it's kind of gone a little bit. 8:59, the Tigers were up 22-6. And then after that, now next thing you know, in a blink of an eye, it's 23-20. And it was just an unfortunate little run of events, an interception off a batted ball, different things like that leads us to where we're at, 23-20.
Yeah, Union finally caught a few breaks right there, and they took advantage of it. Got on the board a few times. We've had some penalties, we've had some turnovers, just some mishaps. Even taking a sack right there on fourth down at midfield, and giving Union a pretty good chance just to get back in the game and have a good drive. And so they've done what teams should do. They take advantage of your mistakes. So right now, they're gonna get the ball back at half, and the Tigers need to come back out in defense and really make a stand and get back in the swing of things, get back and control the game like we were in the first half early on.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, you can't look at the score and be like, man, because defensively they played really well outside of maybe a couple of plays. But you got to think one of the scores, it was Union had the ball in midfield. The other one was a pick inside the red zone. So as far as Union being able to drive the length of the field, they just haven't done it. So defensively, we've been really good. On the offensive side, rushing yards negative 15. Most of those are on sacks.
Yeah.
A lot of yards given up on sacks today. And just a couple times Gillis has tried to make something happen, just couldn't. We had the strip sack where he lost the ball there. That counts as a sack as well. That's 5-10 yards each time he's sacked. And so rushing game for Campbell's has been better than Union's, in my opinion. We're doing a better job of allowing Gillis to kind of run the option. He's got the option to keep it or give it to the back. And so Union's being aggressive defensively. We're trying to run some quick games with that and kind of working there. But on that last play right before half, before Union scored again, we run a quick little slant route, but Union does a great job, gets their hand on the ball, and that leads to the interception. So 23-20, you've got to come out and just continue to do what you did the first half, but take care of the football on offense. Keep running your stuff. Find the mismatches. Find the one-on-one opportunities for Seiler and your guys on the edge. And defensively, just keep doing what you're doing.
If you're following TV coverage or on our CU Sports Network YouTube page, you're taking a look at just how good this defense was playing. A lot of big tackles. There have been 4 tackles for loss. There have been 2 sacks. There's been an interception. Nehemiah Bailey with a pass breakup. Nehemiah Bailey leading the way. Cale Hagan and Ellis Reed all tied with 3 tackles. And this defense has been flying to the ball. They've been getting into the backfield, and they've been holding them up right at the line. As far as the offense goes, Jagger Gillis has been sacked 5 times. And if it tells you anything, he had that 16-yard touchdown run, but he still has a net rushing of negative 24 yards. So that's just a tough break in terms of not being able to get some of your time in that backfield. He's thrown 2 picks, but he's thrown for 184 yards and a touchdown. Andre Seiler leading the way. for the receivers, 5 catches for 90 yards. Patrick Oden, 2 catches for 50 yards. And Mullins leading the way in terms of rushing. But Jagger Gillis also has had a little bit of trouble in terms of holding on to the football himself, not just in the interception category, but in the fumble category a lot more than we're used to seeing now. He's running the option a lot more than we've seen, so maybe that plays into it. But 2 fumbles, and he lost 1 of those on those carries. So Jagger Gillis is for sure, and he missed that 1 throw to Jack Busey in the end zone. He was very frustrated with himself. Just needs to kind of reset, take a breath in halftime. He's played very well through the first 3 games of this season, and just get back to playing that type of football again in the second half.
Yeah, Union's doing a very good job of bringing pressure. They've been pretty consistent with that. I talked about it in the first half of how, they like what they're doing right now. They're going to stick with their game plan. So of course, at one point it was 23-6, but they're going to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to stay the course. And then, here they caught a few breaks, and now it's 23-20, going into halftime, and then they get the ball back here. So of course they're bringing pressure. They're speeding up our quarterback a little bit. Gillis just needs to settle in a little bit more. I think we've had some really good play calls to help him out a little bit. Some play action here and there, some screens as well. And I just also want to take advantage of those mismatches or those matchups on the outside when you got a Seiler, when you have other guys like Spencer McCollum, Luke Shepardson, Austin Mullins, a lot of guys who can make plays. It's just really getting them the ball and also taking care of your quarterback in the first place. Because we talk about 5 sacks, that's kind of slowed down our drives. It's kind of, hindered him a little bit in some ways too. So really just making sure that he's taking care of the ball, but also we're putting them in positions to make plays. And I think the coaching staff has done a good job doing that so far.
Yeah, well, and if you're Union, you look at that first half and you think we were nowhere near as good as we can be, and we're still in this game. So they're going to have a lot of confidence coming out the second half, being only down 3. Campbellsville also, yes, they let them back in the game, but they do still have the lead, and they've done a lot of really good things that they can even improve on. All they have to do is just clean up some of the mistakes, the turnovers, and then they're going to be fine. And so it'll be a really interesting second half, I think.
Yeah. Had that coverage breakdown on the last drive there that hurt us a lot defensively. So just needing to shore that up. We've seen that a few times this year alone. Just the middle kind of being wide open and no one covering the guys. So hopefully we can get communication back on. Whether it's one of the safeties or the linebackers, just needing to really shore some things up. But I think we've had a really good first half aside from those last few minutes. And I'm expecting a really good second half here from the Tigers as well.
Well, we've talked before about the middle 8 as well. It's those 4 minutes leading in to leading at the end of the first half, and the first 4 minutes coming out of the second half, and how they play in those middle 8 has been important to Coach Russell, and he's really emphasized that with me. And you got to think that he's probably a little frustrated, at least at the beginning 4 of that middle 4. So I would expect to probably see a bit of aggression coming out in this first 4 of the second half for sure.
Yeah, I just don't want to see any big plays led up to. I think it kind of starts there, being disciplined on that defensive side. Of course, we've done a really good job shutting down the run. They haven't moved the ball just methodically down the field either. Anytime they've moved the ball, it's been on that big play there, or it's been on some penalties. Just something we've done. So right there, I'm a little confident in that area. It's just we cannot let up those big plays. We have to make them earn it if they're going to earn it, or if they're going to score. But we have to just shut some things down and really be disciplined on that side.
Tigers are back out on the field and warming up. There's 2.5 minutes on the clock. We'll step away for a quick minute break, and we'll be back with the final thoughts of halftime here on the CU Sports Network. back to Finley Stadium here on Homecoming Day in Campbellsville, Kentucky at Campbellsville University. Tigers up by 3, 23-20. Big shout out to the band, the dance team for their wonderful performances out here, as well as the homecoming queen for 2023, Bree Miles. A big congratulations to her for being voted through, and I believe she's an RA at STAP, so
yes.
You guys can speak to her just a little bit.
Used to be a former intern. I also work in admissions. Used to be a former intern for us, and now she just works as an RA for STAP Hall. Wonderful person, cares a lot about the people around her, and there's no one more deserving of this than Bree is. Love having her in the office. Great RA. She's one of the best students here on campus.
Yeah, she's always, like you see her on campus, she's always smiling. And if you see her, she'll just brighten up your day just by her smiling at you and always asking how you're doing. She always asks me how I'm doing and how everybody else is doing, the family. She's just a great individual person, and so excited for her to win that. I know that she's tickled pink, and I'm tickled pink for her.
Tigers lead 23-20 as the halftime clock expires and football getting set to get back underway. What do the Tigers need to do? We'll go ahead and get your keys out for the second half since you have a bad habit of that. So let's go ahead. What are the keys for the Tigers here in the second half?
I did a good job of it at the beginning
I think
of the game.
you did. You
Colin,
rammed it through there. I had to kind of stop myself from talking.
I had to get it in. But it's really much of the same, of course. We talked about it a lot at halftime and just kind of alluded to it, of really just taking care of the ball. They did a really good job of it at the first half, and then they, and then some things happen here and there, penalties, just turnovers, just some mistakes, which is never going to help you, of course. So really just getting back on that track, being disciplined on both sides of the football, all aspects, special teams, defense, offense, but really taking care of those matchups on the outside. I think Saller is someone we can get into. They started doubling him a little bit more towards the end there, so we might need to go away from him a little bit and just really try to pressure that safety a little bit, and also help out your offensive lineman a little bit more. We got some edge pressure there, and they start struggling more towards the end of this first half too. So really just trying to figure out ways to put your guys in positions to succeed, and I think our coaching staff does a good job of that, and we have some guys who can really take advantage of a defense that is being aggressive such as this. And then defensively, let's stop the run again. Let's keep that going. And if they're going to earn it, they're going to have to earn it. But also don't let up those big plays, because that's just going to hurt at the end of the day, especially when you're doing such a great job, stopping them and having them, having to drive down the field and all that. 3
fumbles for the Tigers today. 2 of those were lost. 1 was fallen back on, but they've also came up with a big touchdown thanks to a fumble on special teams. Kickoff up and away and absolutely leveled by the team of Trey Bass and number 35, Kyle Winchester.
Our offensive players just aren't offensive players. The guys, they're football players. They make plays, okay?
He got sent up into the air by Trey Bass and taken right back to the turf by Winchester. So the Bulldogs will start from the Tiger 17-yard line. Taji Jackson beside Walker Russell. Hands off with Jackson. Wrapped up and spun down for a gain of 2 on the play.
I'm just thinking, I think we should start after the game, we have a Khalil Baker film session, 12 best plays of the game, 6 offense, 6 defense. We call it Baker's Dozen.
Oh, gosh.
What do you think?
That's a great idea.
You need 13, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Come on
I need credit for that if we do it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think you should.
Brett,
I like it.
Russell pulls, rolling to his left, throws, and Chris Thomas there for the reception. Another one that was a little low, but Chris Thomas able to get to the ground for that one to make the catch. That'll move the chains for a Bulldog first down.
One thing I'm waiting for is, and I know we don't want to cheat because we don't want to give up the X play, the big plays, but
Russell now rolling to the right. Has pressure and taken down from behind Number 91, Jaden Cray, coming up with a big sack.
I'm kind of waiting on the DBs to really just maybe fire off one of those little quick hitch routes and try to maybe get a pick six, because they're throwing them a lot and they've not really tested Russell down the field to see if he could throw a deep ball outside the numbers. Has he even thrown one today?
He threw the deep ball
over the middle.
Outside the numbers, yeah.
Outside the numbers, no, not really.
Two receivers out to the left. Throws one into the flats. Thomas no good. The intended target.
It's been mostly quick game with them and getting the ball out quick and trying to get it out in space to guys, especially with screens and whatnot. But we've done a very good job of just being all over those. That's great plays from the players. And that's just great coaching too, just being prepared as well.
3rd and 18.
And here, no big plays. Let it play out in front of you.
And I think
Coach Ford doesn't like to look there. I think it's a timeout.
they had a defender actually coming off late. I think they blew it to stay away to avoid the flag. Number 37 was coming off of the field late. That was Josiah Harris. So the Tigers had to burn a quick timeout. We'll take one quickly as well. 13-14 left in the third quarter. 23-20. Tigers lead on the CU Sports Network. Russell drops back, throws over the middle, has his man, but slips down to the turf. That'll be 2 yards shy of a first down, but a gain of 16 on the play. And the punt team comes out onto the field.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're in this game for right now, so they have no reason to really go for it with where they are on the field.
That'd be some bravery right there. Some bravery.
For their own 37.
They'll punt from just inside about the 25. He has to pick it up off the turf.
Great job getting that off.
And ducks out of the way. That's just inside the 30.
That punter's a hoss, by the way.
Yeah, that's the biggest punter I've ever seen.
He's a hoss.
I might have ran that if I was him. He probably can.
It'd be tough to tackle.
Yeah.
Chase Pauley, he's listed at 6 foot 295.
Good day.
This D-line right there.
He is listed as a D lineman.
Oh, all right.
Campbellsville will have it.
Taking over punting duties for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think they have a bunch of skilled guys to kick as well on the other side.
So the Tigers will start from their own 26. Shepperson sent over in motion. That ball batted. These Union players have been getting up and jumping, timing it perfectly into the passing lane and just disrupting it.
Yeah, they know we're going quick to the outside most of the time, and Gillis is not going to hold the ball very long. So they're just doing a great job of being athletic and just getting their hands up. They're not going to get there. They're going to get their hands up.
Tigers for their own 26.
2nd and 10. Bass stands behind Gillis. Pulls, throws as he's hit, has Shepperson. Shepperson able to break the tackle, slip, and gets a first down and more. Big gain for the Tigers.
Good to see him back out there.
Number 8, Shepperson. Stopped by number 18, Osborne.
Great play from Gillis right there, too. That was a tough one to get out.
Yeah, I mean, getting hit.
Gillis has a 2-back set. Mullins to his left and Bass to his right. throws, has Shepperson over the middle. He picks up a first down once more and more. 2 big gains, 2 throws and catches to Shepperson, and he's making it happen out there, moving the chains for the Tigers. Now into Bulldog territory.
See, if you can get that play action going, you can get those linebackers to really bite down on it. And we see right there the middle was wide open for Luke. And a great connection there with Gillis and Luke Shepperson for a first down.
Going to send Auker into the backfield next to Gillis. Trey Bass also next to Gillis. Pulls it. Throws it out to Auker. Auker has the blocking out front. He's got speed. Moving inside.
Get there.
10,
Beat him.
5. Give them 6. Touchdown Tigers.
That kid's fast.
Play calling from those 2 back sets have been so good. You know, it's really confusing the defense. A lot of misdirection to get the ball in space to a playmaker like that. And the receivers have done a great job blocking downfield pretty much all game, staying on their blocks. We've only seen 1 hold out of there from Sala earlier on, but even then, that just shows aggression. That shows a lot of effort, and that's what you want out of an offense, especially with your skill guys when they can block for one another.
It's something I mentioned in our coaches show under center with Jake Russell, that this receiving core in a spot where it could be so much of, I want the ball, I want the yardage, I want those stats, I want to make the play. This group seems to be so set into blocking downfield and making those plays that don't necessarily give you any stats, but just making the play for the team and putting it out there for their fellow teammates. 30-20, the Tigers take the lead as Freitas tacks on the extra point. 10:52 left here in the third quarter. We'll be back here at Finley Stadium on the CU Sports Network. Ten-point lead for the Tigers, and that drive, 4 plays, 74 yards is exactly what you needed coming out of the half, getting the stop on defense and able to come back and put together a 74-yard drive for a touchdown.
And Colin, going back to your point, I think it speaks to the guys that they brought in, a lot of bought-in guys, but also just how focused they've been on team chemistry type of things too. They have ministry teams on there. They did a lot of team chemistry stuff and team bonding stuff earlier on in camp. So these guys, of course, they play with each other on the field. They know each other well there, but also off the field, they know each other pretty well too and spend a lot of time together. So when you can also incorporate that, it just goes so much further. When you actually get on the field and are able to play for one another because you trust the guy right beside you.
Coach Russell and Coach Brown loving what they're seeing from their receiving core out there.
Yeah, it's just, guys are just bought in. When you're willing to block and do the things they're doing out on the edge, those guys are bought in. They want to win. That's what they're about.
Russell throws a quick screen out to the right, and that'll be a loss of yardage on the play as Norman can't get back to the stick.
And even right there, I think we had a corner blitz going, and the timing is just really off with the quarterback and those screens. You got to get the ball out quick. You got to give your receiver a chance to make a play, and right there, just gets the ball late, a little behind, and isn't able to do anything with it.
Russell throws deep down the sideline now and knocked away. Good break up there. Nehemiah Bailey in coverage once more.
Yeah, and then one of the only times we've seen them go down, deep down the field with a pass right there. We saw one earlier with a touchdown. One of their best grabs we'll see pretty much all year in any sport or any league. Right there makes a great play we see from Nehemiah Bailey. So
3rd and 12 ball on the Bulldog 23-yard line. looking right side, has his receiver, Bailey, trying to fight it. An extra Tiger comes in, and they will mark it short. Looks to be a yard shy.
They're going to try to jump, try to go quick and maybe get us to jump off sides.
4th and 1.
Come on now.
They got to jump. But no offsides call.
Center's got to snap it right there.
Yeah, he does. Or slap a helmet or something, a lineman.
Timeout, Union. Or first timeout.
Union calls the timeout. 30-20. 9:41 left here in the third quarter. We'll be back with the 4th and 1 here on the CU Sports Network. Polly out for the punt for the Bulldogs. 4th and 1.
Brett, can you talk about what Union should have done right there, please?
And fielded by Patrick.
Is that a horse collar?
Odin dragged
How is that
out.
not a horse collar? That was at his nameplate. Yeah, so Union, you know, they're attempting to get Campbellsville to jump off sides. That was the plan. They actually got him to jump, and Campbellsville got back before they could snap the ball. And then Union burns a timeout and then elects to punt. Timeouts are so valuable. You need them, especially in games that are really close. And this is a 2-score game, so you need every timeout you possibly can get if you're a Union. And they burn one instead of just taking a 5-yard delay of game penalty and then punting the ball anyways. I just think that's...
Gillis sends Mullins in motion. Hands off with Bass. Bass trying to fight for some extra yardage. Only pick up 1 or 2 on the play.
To me, it's just ill-advised for Union to burn a timeout there. Timeouts are just so important.
That's great teaching, Coach Sal.
Yeah. What do I know? I'm just a talker guy.
Appreciate you.
I have a comp, though.
No,
Just
you
kidding.
don't. No, you don't. Keep it to yourself.
I actually give him a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Hands off with Bass, but he is taken down for a loss of 2 on the play.
I'm just saying, Saller is on the outside. That press coverage, safety help. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Just give it to him. Just give him a chance. Just give him a shot.
Sorry, Colin.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'd like to see maybe, 3rd and long, that these tackles may need some help right here. The back might need to chip or something. Give Gillis some time.
3rd and 9, Bass to the left of Gillis. 2 receivers on both sides. He shifts Bass left to right. Rolling to his right now. Bass there to pick up the block. Throws to Seiler on the sideline, but I believe he's dragged out before he makes the catch. And no completion. So the punt team will head out onto the field.
I think they move the launch point right there just to help out your tackles, and a blitz is coming, so you do go with the roll out there. But I feel like they've gotten so many different looks or great looks from the the RPO game, the drop back game. As long as they've had pressure, I just wish it was they made a different adjustment just to help with those tackles instead of a rollout.
Lopez punts from the 20-yard line.
Wow.
And an absolute bomber. Takes a little bit of a back roll, but not much. He punts it from inside his 20 and flips the field to inside the 20.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was a great punt. I liked watching that one. Yeah, you just think they kind of come out and we go kind of run, and then we're 3rd and long, and then we try the rollout. And I have my own views about rollout plays, especially to the short side of the field. I don't like them. Once again, I'm a talker guy, and I just watch football. But understandably so, they're obviously getting pressure, and so they're trying to roll out, give Jagger more time.
8 minutes left here in the third quarter. Russell pulls, throws well high of Justin Barker.
And yeah, right there, we saw that same play on the first drive for Union, and it was wide open. Just the tight end couldn't come down with it. At this point, we see the Tigers were all over it, draped on them. Great coverage, great defense right there, and great adjustments too to see it again and also, make the play this time.
And there was some mustard on that sandwich. He threw it pretty hard.
Throws sideline and just a little too far ahead of Chris Thomas.
Yeah, and I mentioned it earlier, like has he thrown outside the numbers? Now, back-to-back drive, he has thrown outside the numbers, both incomplete. But I think Union has got to do that to try to loosen up the Tiger defense, they've been able to pin their ears back and just attack at the line of scrimmage because they've not been threatened over the top.
3rd and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Has pressure, throws out of the hands of Barker. Pass was a little high, but still fumbled through both hands.
Awesome coverage from Ellis right there. Awesome job of finishing the play, getting your defense off the field. And then, going back to Union, they need to do some stuff to counter, what they've done in the first half. It just hasn't worked. I'm not trying to game plan for them or tell them how to coach or what to do. And like you said, Brett, I don't know anything. I'm just a talker head, right? But even like maybe, trying to play off marry those plays together like your screens and maybe do a double screen or some double moves there.
And that punt fielded by Odin. Odin has some running room. He gets back inside the 25, dives forward. It looks like they'll mark him at the 23-yard line. Pretty decent return as he fielded it from about the 50.
That was just blocked up really well. He caught that with plenty of space, a lot of green grass, and he does a good job of getting the most of it.
But go back to it. If you don't see U's being aggressive on those screens, let's try to marry something off of that and counter that and try to expose that if it's there.
Well, we as fans and talker guys, if we know what's going on, so does the defense.
Gillis hands off with Bass. Bass trying to find room to run. Just not much space to go. He'll gain 2 on the rush.
I kind of like that, though, running kind of outside more. You're getting the downhill guys coming off the edge. They're getting deep really fast, which is opening up those left or right sides and those gaps. And so running up the middle hasn't been working. Maybe try that.
Gillis sends Shepperson across.
There it is.
Hands off with Bass. Bass has room. Gets through. Give them 6. Touchdown Tigers.
That's just a great job.
It's a great handoff. Honestly, I was still watching Jagger Gillis. And next thing I know, streaking down the field is Trey Bass. Beautiful handoff. And just able to get around that edge. And just cut back and make that man miss. And he saunters into the end zone for a touchdown.
Just a great job of using misdirection and just making the defense hesitate just a little bit. It's blocked up very well. And you have Trey Bass give him a lot of room, and, that's a touchdown every time.
Yeah, but once again, you're seeing those edge rushers just come off hard to try to get downhill, and it just opens up that whole lane for Bass to run through. And when he gets a little bit ahead of steam, it's over.
37-20, the Tigers lead over the Bulldogs here at Finley Stadium. 6:58 left in the third quarter here on the CU Sports Network. 6:58 here in the third quarter, 37-20. The Tigers ahead of Union as Lopez set to kick that one away. It's Trey Bass, a 21-yard touchdown, caps off a 2-play drive.
Boot.
It starts 2 plays, 23-yard drive, always starts with great defense. And the Tigers looking to play some really good defense here once more, just as they have most of this season.
But Colin, you mentioned the middle 8, right? Mm-hmm. The last 4 of the first half, the first 4 of the second half. And Campbellsville didn't have a good end to the second half. But this first 4 now almost 6 now, they have absolutely dominated this part of the second half. And that is a testament to these coaches going in, making adjustments, and getting these guys ready to go back. And the players as well executing.
Russell drops back, has guys, and he's able to slip through, picks up a big gain. So he's able to escape the pressure the Tigers were bringing.
Ooh, they made a call right there, and the running back was screaming down the seam. Linebackers were going on a blitz, a stunt, and thankfully the quarterback, the pressure got there in time, so he wasn't able to see it. Got off of his look and scrambled for a little bit.
He'll hand off, and nowhere to go. It looks like they'll stay right at the line of scrimmage. A gain of nothing with Taji Jackson up the middle.
And even right there, another great corner blitz call, from Coach Ford. C.J. Cutliff gets in on the action, makes a great play in the backfield.
Number 19, Cutliff. In on the stop.
Russell has 3 out wide on the far side, 1 here on the near, looking to the far sideline, and has Norman, and they make the catch. What a catch from Norman. Bailey upset with it, but that'll move the chains, and the Bulldogs move into Tiger territory with the big completion down the sideline.
On the 39.
And right there, really good coverage where, Nehemiah Bailey wasn't able to use the sideline as his friend, and he just had so much space to make the play as a receiver. Great throw from Walker Russell right there.
Russell rolls out of the pocket, facing pressure. He's hit as he throws. Able to get it away. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the receiver did a great job of his release, having some space for the quarterback to be able to throw the ball into, where he can still get his feet in. Like you said, the corner's got to kind of press him into that sideline a little bit more.
It's just tough. It's just wide side of the field, too. Just so much space over there.
Russell throws here on the near side now. He's got space, tries to cut back inside, but met by Cutliff, and he's spun down to the 26-yard line of the Tigers. That'll move the chains for another first down.
Once again, Union, they hit on a big play, an X play, and now it's kind of just loosened up Campbellsville's defense a little bit where they can start hitting some of these quick outs and things like that.
They hand off. Taji Jackson trying to break to the outside. Cutliff able to grab up his foot and slow him down just long enough for Caden Partneck to get there and clean up the scraps.
And there you go, their best run of the day. Kind of things are starting to open up on this drive because they've been able to hit some of these X plays.
2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs. The Tiger 19-yard line. Russell drops back, having to roll to his left as he's flushed, and just throws that one out of bounds.
Incomplete pass.
Even then, doing a really good job still getting some pressure on the QB, making it a little bit difficult for him. He at first starts off, likes to read. I think he wants that slant inside, pressure in his face, tries to get out the pocket, can't find the play and throws it away.
3rd and 4. Russell Hands off with Parks, excuse me, and Mario Parks tries to hurdle a defender, and he gets out of bounds. That'll move the chains for a first down, and that'll bring up 1st and goal.
Run number 3, Parks. Stop number
Parks
47.
barely got clipped up on that hurdle.
Kale's got to find a way to really bend in there and get that.
From the 4.
It's a tough angle still, but
Now drops, throws, and no good.
Don't get a taunting penalty.
quarterback reads that out. He has that running back on the swing, wide open right there.
Second and goal.
Was looking for Thomas, just completely covered by the white helmets.
That's kind of like a standard just rub pick play right there that you usually see, but tries to hammer in that slant route instead.
Parks in to the left of Russell. Once again, same play. And that time Thomas gets it and gave a taste of it right back to Aki.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs put 6 up on the board. Out to put on the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is good. So the Bulldogs answer back and pull the lead back down to 10. 37-27. The Tigers still leading over Union. 3:40 left in the third quarter here in the CU Sports Network. Seven 27, 3:40 left here in the third quarter. The Tigers on top of the Bulldogs. Khalil, what'd you see from that last drive of Union from their offense?
Finally able to really just move the ball down the field, kind of methodically in a way. We talked about not letting up big plays here from the defense, and that's exactly what Union was able to do. They were able to make some big plays there on the outside, throwing the ball down the field a little bit, but also married that with some smaller plays that really, open up the defense a little bit more. Spread it out a little bit more and get them a little bit loose, like Brett talked about too. So they did a really good job there, opening things up. You just got to take those shots because you're at some point the time's going to run out, and you can't keep running screens if we're all over it. You have to open up the field a little bit more and give your guys a chance to make some plays. And right there, they make some plays and they cut the lead to 10.
We talked about the scoring plays in the first half, how it really wasn't much of put together drives from Union. There's a lot of short drives led to and helped by some of the mistakes of the Tigers, but 10 plays, 75 yards for Union on that drive. As Mullins trying to bounce to the outside edge. He's past the 40, has blockers out front past the 50, and there's a flag out well back behind the 30.
Pulled him. Pulled him. If you're going to pull him, you got to get tight first, Colin. You got to get tight with the guy, stay on his hip, and then pull him. You can't pull from a distance. You can't let the ref see
10
that.
yards from the spot of foul.
Little tip for you guys watching or whoever's listening. And Colin, in case you ever played football again in your life.
I might have some, I don't know. We'll see if I have the eligibility to come out. I might be able to make the kicking squad. I don't know.
Hey, Coach Russell complimented me today. I've been in the gym here recently. He said, "Hey, maybe I need to call the NAIA, see check on the eligibility real quick. Look like you're able to play again." And you know what? I think he's right. I might give him a call.
As much as I'd hate to lose you in the booth, I would love to call your name and number out there on the field.
I'm done.
I would too.
I'm so retired.
Gillis takes the ball, has to roll, fighting the pressure, able to get around a few. Finds Seiler here wide open and able to juke out a defender, but a shoestring tackle. And Seiler able to move the chains on a play that I thought Gillis was being taken down
He
there
got drilled
in
too.
the backfield.
Stop number 18, Osborne.
Yeah, way to cipher through all the
Gosh.
pressure right there. That was a mess.
He took a shot, too, at the end of that.
First down for the Tigers. Ball on the 32-yard line. Josh Traylor in at running back. Pulls, has pressure, able to get it out to Seiler. Seiler over the middle at the Tiger paw. He gets to the 46-yard line.
Great job by Gillis. I mean, just hanging in. Last two throws, he's just hanging in the pocket, and he's just waiting, keeping his eyes downfield, and he's taking shots with making these accurate throws. That's impressive.
Yeah, and great job Sauer making himself available right there. Gillis gets it out at the very last moment. Sauer makes himself available, puts his hands up.
Pulls away from Traylor once more, hits Mullins in the flat. Mullins able to get out, and it looks like that'll probably move the chains once more for another Tiger first down. This offense is clicking on all cylinders, moving down the field.
Another great job by Seiler blocking on the edge. I mean, he laid a shot to the chest of the DB. And
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Coach Russell and Coach Brown are in their bag right now. Like, the play calling is just, there's so much, variation there. Getting the ball on the outside, run plays, different looks, different motions.
Shepperson comes across. He'll hit Shepperson. He's met and leveled by number 26 on the defense. It's Brian Farley.
yeah, Khalil, you bring a good point. They really are. They're doing a great job of, like, layering these plays. And, like, I'm just waiting for that same motion and then to give it to the back because the defense is overplaying the pass.
Yeah, and we were able to score on that same play last drive.
Screen.
Drop it down to Traylor. Traylor slung down at the 32-yard line as they continue to march into Bulldog territory. Another 1st and 10.
Traylor might be able to outrun him. Let me look at the angle here again. Great screen, exposing the aggression of that defense. He just needs to run.
Yeah,
you just got to run.
Try to run and gain the sideline, gain that edge. Gillis has Traylor to his right. 2 receivers on both sides. Sends Ashton Alker across. Has a lot of pressure, hit as he throws. Pass falls incomplete. As number 25, Samuel Hawthorne.
Incomplete pass.
Oh, guess who's checking in?
Able to get to Gillis.
First time seeing CA all game, guys.
Hey, CA.
C.A. Collins into the game in the backfield now.
2nd and 10.
It's another player that was not on the 2 deep when it came out this week, but he's in there now here in the 3rd quarter, 20 seconds left. Tigers up by 10. Collins lined up behind Gillis. And he is just swallowed up by 3 white jerseys. Nowhere to go with the ball.
And I think Gillis is seeing it well. Like, he knows the look he wants. He saw Alker out there. It's just, you got to give him a little bit more time to get the ball out. And honestly, thank God he held on to it a little bit more because that could have been a fumble at that point.
That'll bring up 3rd and 10 when we get back, as it is the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll head to the 4th. 3rd and 10 when we come back for the Tiger offense here on the CU Sports Network. Start of the 4th quarter, the Tigers up 10 over Union here on homecoming day. Gorgeous Saturday here in Campbellsville, Kentucky at Finley Stadium. A lot of people back for this game, a lot of alumni, a lot of former Tiger football players. We've seen a lot of former classmates of mine coming back as well. It's just been all around a pretty great day, starting with the car show, the parade, and all the festivities that goes into this day. And it's been even better here at the football game, especially if the Tigers continue to hold on here to their 10-point lead. Hopefully they can build upon it and run away with this one in the fourth quarter.
Third and 10. Ball on the Union 33.
3rd and 10. And Gillis out onto the field has Mullins and Collins in the backfield with him.
Kind of feel like this is 2-down territory. If we don't, get 5-6 yards here, we might go for it.
They shift Luke Shepperson over to the other side. Now send him in motion to the near side. Tries to hit Mullins just over top of Samuel Hawthorne, but unable to make the pass. Seiler over there barking at the Union players. Needs to get back over here so there's no flags.
I think they were expecting that linebacker to blitz right there, especially since they sent Luke back into motion on the other side. But he made a smart play, stayed with Mullins, and made a throw difficult for Gillis right there.
4th and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. Tigers going for it here. Looking down the field, he lets it fly to Shepperson, and that's over. They want a pass interference, but they won't get it. Take a look at this replay here.
Turnover on downs. 1st and 10.
Probably not catchable. Gillis has got to give him a better chance, I think, on that to get that call.
Did you just say Luke couldn't catch that ball? I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
I did.
I'm just kidding.
I really did.
It's a little overthrown even for your beloved Luke Shepperson.
I apologize, Luke. That's on me.
I'm just kidding.
Russell and the Bulldogs take back over, but already Tigers make a big play on defense as Keelan Lamar gets into the backfield, comes up with a big sack.
They've been running some really good stunts today, and just him looping around and finding the seam, and it's confuzzled the Union offensive line, that's for sure.
Russell has pressure once more, all over top of it, trying to rip at the ball, can't get it out as Moochie Najee Collins. And for his first game, we have called his name quite a bit today. Talk about an impact player.
That's a great name, by the way, too. Sorry. It rolled off your tongue so well. Moochie Najee Collins.
Thank you.
That is so fun to say.
Bring up 3rd and 24 for the Bulldogs. Russell throws towards the sideline. That ball hits the turf.
I mean, your D-line just really controlling that drive and making plays right there. Come up with 2 huge sacks, put Union in a tough position on 3rd down. You can't ask for much more right there.
Even if that pass was completed, they were still only back up to the original line of scrimmage. So still would have been 10 yards shy of moving the chains. But it would have at least bought themselves a little bit more room for this punt as their punter's backed up to the edge of the goal line. Punts from inside the 5. End-over-end punt. And Patrick Oden fields it just inside the 50-yard line.
And it's great to finally kind of see the depth on this defensive line. These are, guys who sometimes start, get rotational guys, but to actually have some depth this year and, see them make some plays, especially when we need them, it's really fun to see.
We talk about Coach Russell being aggressive and going for it because he trusts his offense, but we don't talk about how he trusts his defense. That if they don't get it, that they'll do what they just did and make plays and get the ball right back to the offense.
Gillis has Bass in the backfield. McCown and Shepperson here on the near side. Seiler out top. Has pressure and spun down. That'll be a decent-sized loss for the Tigers, about 5 yards on that sack, as they'll go back into their own territory on the 48-yard line.
Gillis, he's playing a really good game, but he is taking a beating. I mean, he really is this game.
3 receivers to the right. Spencer McCown solo down here on the left. Bass moves over to Gillis's left. Looking to the right, now coming to his left. Finds Bass, but he's hit as soon as he makes the catch. And that's a loss of even more, a loss of 4. And the Tiger offense is just moving backwards.
I wish I would have said I think they should go screen here before the play, because I did say that in my head. But Gillis right there, when it's just broken down, you just need to throw it in the dirt of your receiver. Keep those 4 yards. Every yard is valuable right now in a two possession game with 12 minutes to go.
Takes the snap, hands off with Bass. Bass has a running lane.
Good.
Gets past the 40 in Bulldog territory. And
Are you going to go for it?
I love that call, by the way. You send some pulling guards straight into that blitz. Is coming off the edge. Has been coming off the edge all game. Might make him a little bit more hesitant to come off the edge so hot next time.
Bass come up
Bass a
hobbling.
little limpy off the sideline. Trailer in the backfield. 3 receivers out to the right. 4th and 3 on the Bulldog 39-yard line. The Tigers going for it once more.
Sure.
Keeping their offense out on the field.
Maybe just trying to draw them off.
Go for it.
Why not? You have every time.
3 seconds left on the play clock. And they get the snap off. Rolling to his right. Throws, has Patrick Oden for a first down. And more. They get to the Bulldog 30-yard line, and that'll move the chains.
That's a great throw. That's a
great. I feel like
throw.
I'm playing Matt.
That's a great
And the
mature
guy I'm
throw
playing
right
against
there.
always goes for it on 4th down. Just makes you really mad.
But even on the replay, we see Gillis rolling out and throws it back inside so he can give Oden a chance to make a play, get the first down, turn up field a little bit, but also just away from the defender to protect him as well. Great throw from Gillis and a great conversion on 4th down.
Gillis hands off. Trailer pushes forward, able to gain about 3 on the play. Second and 7, 10:20 left in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, 2 for 11 on 3rd down, but we are 2 for 4 on 4th down, so that's pretty good. 4th down part.
Gillis keeps it, able to avoid the pressure, sends it outside for Busey. He gets to the 35-yard line.
Busey. I love that name.
Awesome, love that play. We see the zone split action right there from the tight end going to the blitz side. See him leak out there, really expose that blitz side because there's no one out there to protect that side there. So a great play call right there. Great job from Gillis to actually get it out too with the blitzer in his face.
3rd and 5, Collins and Mullins in the
One-on-one.
backfield.
Yep.
Throws, trying to find Seiler, but behind him, not able to get back out to it. That falls to the turf.
It's like he was expecting a back shoulder right there. Miscommunication with he and Seiler.
Yeah, I mean, Seiler looked like he was playing for the back shoulder. It just seemed like that ball come out like ducky. He didn't.
Well, I think he was looking earlier on for the sticks too. Like Seiler was well past the 6, maybe 5 so yards past the 6, but
Gillis has Collins, 4th and 5, excuse me. Going for it once more. Looking, has pressure, and he's hit.
A little too much movement in the pocket right there. Didn't need to step up too much. Kind of just needed to stay planted and let it develop a little bit more. But
turnover on downs for the Tigers. Tried to move up into the pocket, and number 52, Byron G, just able to get off of the offensive lineman and get to the quarterback. He's got 2.5 sacks on the year. Make it 3.5.
Yeah, and that's when, as a tackle, when your quarterback breaks the pocket, and if he's still engaged there, it's going to look like a hole.
Reset the game clock to
so he's going to have to let go.
9:15.
But he's thinking that, Gillis is kind of behind him still. Sometimes when you don't know where your quarterback is, it gets you in trouble. He, like Khalil said, he had time to kind of stay in there a little bit longer, maybe a tick longer.
And maybe he could have stepped up there, but I think he stepped up into the wrong space and just made it a little easier for the defensive lineman there.
Russell hands off. That's Mario Parks moving towards the outside. Sizable gain there on first down.
Carry by number 3, Parks. Stop by number 27, Aki.
Russell looking now near side, right through the hands of his intended receiver, number 5, Wyatt Ruckerson.
I feel bad for Russell, man. He's had some balls that should have been completed. I mean, at least 5 that probably should have been completed that receivers have dropped. And it's hard enough to play quarterback. It's really hard when
Russell throws over the middle and through the hands of number 80, Quinn Carter.
It's harder when your receivers drop the ball.
Yeah. Not getting helped out. Yeah.
He's not getting help, Yes, that's a little high. It probably doesn't need to be that high.
Yeah, a little high, a little hot, but
got to catch it.
Got to catch it. Especially, you're down 10, and now it's 4th down. You got to catch it.
4th and 3. Bulldogs offense staying out on the field now. And they'll convert on 4th down as Chris Thomas moves the chains for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they like that little quick slant there with the running back going out in the flats. Scored on the play earlier.
Ball placed at the 43, 1st and 10.
Russell throws to the sideline. Once again, one that's low to the turf. This receiver able to lay out Thomas and make another catch at the 50-yard line.
Down at the 50. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Russell throws. Has his man a beautiful juke from Quinn Carter, excuse me. So he sends the Campbellsville defender flying towards the sideline.
That's a tough cover for Kale.
Yeah.
Stop by number 32, Brown.
Move the chains for another Bulldog 1st down. Hands off with Parks. Parks taken down. Gain of 2.
Carry by number 3, Parks.
2nd and 8 on the Tiger 39-yard line.
Yeah, Ellis has played a really good game today. Has made some really good tackles. He's pretty much been in position and where he's needed to be.
And that one just in wide open space. And Taji Jackson not able to reel in the catch.
Pass intended to number 2, Jackson.
Gosh.
Incomplete.
Bounces right off the hands. 3rd and 8. Bulldogs take the snap. Russell facing a lot of pressure. Lofts it, able to get it out. And able to pick up the 1st down, moving down the sideline. He's taken out of bounds. But not before they pick up a lot more than just the 1st down.
Looked kind of like a hole there.
Andre Johnson there.
I see it right here. No, maybe not. Blocking the back, though. That's what I see.
South to the 16. First and 10.
It's not called. Clearly got shoved in the back.
Russell looking, and Thomas hit as the ball gets there. He looks like he's going to be slow to get up with Nerese in coverage. So Nerese is going to have to hobble off the field as well.
Thomas. Broken up by number 4, Nerese. Second and 10 for the Tigers 16.
A lot of substitutions being made here. Russell lofts one towards the end zone, looking for Rutgerson, picked off by Cutliff. Cutliff with a big-time interception.
It's a great play from Cutler to come off of his defender right there and go and make the play. I think right there is more of a play calling issue on the offensive end or a play design issue.
Yeah, I mean, no one was here to.
Like it was a little hitch route, but CJ wasn't threatened at that point. He's playing off coverage already.
He also threw a moon ball.
Yeah, and then you hang it up like that there for him. So
Tigers come up with a big takeaway after the Bulldogs were putting together a pretty big drive. 10 plays for 56 yards and intercepted in the end zone, and the Tiger offense gets to take back over with 6:10 left, up 10 points here. Gillis keeps moving backwards, shovels it out. Somebody needs to just go ahead and grab that on the end case. And there's a flag out on the field.
I was just about to say, 6 minutes, you're up 10. Just take care
and there's another flag.
Of the football.
Multiple flags being dropped now back towards the action as well.
also real quick, just a super heads-up play by C.J. Cutler from the interception. Just want to give him credit for that. Awesome job just to get off of your defender and go make a play.
Yeah, and track it down like that. Yeah. He looked like a receiver.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Yeah. Holding, number 77, Campbellsville. That penalty is declined. Intentional grounding, number 18, Campbellsville. That penalty will be accepted. Penalty is ball at the spot of the throw. Loss of down, be second down.
So they get holding and intentional grounding, and they'll accept the intentional grounding. So it gets taken back all the way to the 2-yard line.
I think at that point he needs to know earlier on how the play's dead, and find a receiver, find a running back, throw it at their feet, especially if you're still in the pocket.
So the Tigers will have the ball on their own 3-yard line, brings up 2nd and 27. Gillis having to throw out of his own end zone, has his man wide open down the field. He was jumping up and down for it. That is number 13, Pharaoh Davis, a 6'5" junior.
Awesome hole shot to get it over the corner and rounding outside away from the safety. Great job for Farrell making himself available and just waiting and being patient. And Gillis is a great throw right there.
Great job O-line holding up.
Yeah.
Because he was really making me nervous just patting the ball in the end zone. He was making me really nervous.
2nd and 27 turns into a much more manageable 3rd and 2. And a little bit more breathing room from the 28-yard line. They hand off with Bass, but he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. 4th and 4.
Carry by number 10, Bass.
Shoot, they may have more room to breathe, but I'm having a hard time breathing.
Ball placed in the 26.
Are you okay?
I'll be all right.
Do you need
When the clock hits 0 and we win.
Under 5 minutes, the offense is staying
It's 4th
out
down?
on the field. 4th and 4.
Okay, I can't breathe again. Surely they're just trying to draw them off this time.
Who knows?
There's 10 seconds left on the play clock.
And I don't mind Campbellsville calling a timeout here.
But they don't have to.
Because they're not down 10.
Campbellsville for second and a half.
So Campbellsville takes a timeout. They'll punt away here after we take this quick break. 4th and 4. Tigers up by 10 on homecoming. 4:27 left in the ball game on the CU Sports Network. .27 left in the ball game. Tigers up 10, and the punt team out on the field as Lopez will punt from about the 15-yard line.
Ooh.
A low driving punt takes a Campbellsville roll.
That had to get hit a little bit, right?
I would imagine, but I mean, it also could have came off the foot wrong. I'm not sure.
Kind of looked like he was trying to drive that one low to get maybe a roll out of it.
On the 37.
So the ball goes into Bulldog territory on the 37-yard line. Russell.
Yeah, 4 minutes left. It's just, you just need no big plays here. Again, just no big plays.
Takes the snap, throws. Has his receiver in Norman. He gets to about the 49-yard line. And that'll move the chains for a first down.
We haven't seen a ton of that from the receivers today. We've seen a few moves, but that was a really good catch and grab and a little nice yak.
Yeah, well, I kind of caught C.J. Cutler just kind of stood there after he caught the ball and he didn't attack. And
throws the slant to Norman, able to hold on to the ball to gain him about 7.
I want to see Ellis hold that window just a little bit longer. We haven't really seen the quarterback come off that slant. He's always forced it in there. He's always, he hasn't really gotten to the swing route. I want to see Ellis hold that just a little bit longer as a linebacker, just to give your corner some room to recover.
Throws over the middle, has Ruckerson. Big time first down as they get to the 20-yard line.
Pass complete to number 5, Ruckerson. Stop by number 23, Kent.
just throws that right over Kale's head.
Ball placed on the 20. First and 10, Union.
Russell throws sideline, has Norman once again, and they have gone to him just on about every time with the exception of Ruckerson's catch.
I mean, defense has played really well this game overall. They just got to find a way right here to bear down and to get one more stop.
2nd and 5. Ball on the Tigers' 15-yard line. Russell throws another slant, and Fant was trying to go for the hit. I understand what he was trying to do, but you almost wish he had his eyes on the ball. Could have been a possible interception there. As it skipped right past him.
Great coverage from Cutliff right there. Great job for Fant just to be in position to make a play.
I'll bring up 3rd and 5. Russell moving around in the pocket.
Fumble.
Ball's loose.
Get it.
And
Let's go, Kale.
knocked out. Tigers come up with a big-time takeaway. Jaden Cray.
Huge play from Jaden Cray right there. Freshman end out of Sarasota, Florida.
Cray spins off his offensive lineman, and then Moochie Najee Collins punches it at least to where more Tigers can get a hand on it. And Cale Hagan able to drop onto it. And the Tigers come up with that big-time takeaway. And that's how this defense is kind of gone.
Ball placed on the field,
Yeah, they've usually made plays when they need to make plays, and that defensive line has stepped up huge today, getting some sacks, getting pressure, forced fumbles right there.
Now up,
beautiful.
Now up 10. They'll hand off with Bass. He loses a yard on the rush.
Yeah. Trey's obviously hurting. But man, he is tough as they come. Not as tough as David Montoya, who's listening in, watching with us. And so, love you, David. Miss you.
Miss you for sure, Montoya.
Timeout taken by Union. We'll step away for a quick one as well. 37-27. 2:10 left in the ball game here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back to the CU Sports Network. The Tigers up 10 on homecoming. 2:10 left in the fourth quarter after coming up with that big fumble. Jaden Cray spinning off his lineman, and the Tigers able to drop on the ball. And we've been reading your comments. Well, I promise. There's been about 5 fumbles in this game. I believe 3 or 4 of them were actually lost. And Gillis pushing forward the pile, trying to move. Gain some yardage back, and another timeout taken by Union. They burned their last timeout.
Union. There's their third and
to
final
stop
timeout
the
of
clock. It'll be about third and middle. It has been a very turnover-prone game. Like I said, there's been about 5 fumbles, and there's been, I believe, 4 interceptions. I believe one was actually, let's see, there was 2 lost for Union and 2 lost for Campbellsville. So there's been 8 times the ball has been legitimately turned over.
2 interceptions on both sides of the ball. One of them probably being Jagger's fault on that side, and then another one was just a tip pass and landed in the defense's hands. Been some sloppy play here and there, some penalties as well. 6 penalties on Campbellsville side, 3 penalties on Union side, but CU's done a really good job of, I think, responding. Even when things haven't gone their way, we saw how the first half ended. It ending 23-20 after being 23-6 for so long. They've done a really good job. The second half came out strong on defense, came out strong on offense once the defense got that stop.
We'll continue to talk about the turnovers here in just a second and how the defense has played as Gillis hands off with Traylor. Traylor trying to find the edge. Able to make a few men miss. Now he's got a hole. He's picked up a first down and more, but he's got to stay in bounds.
Stay in bounds, brother. Stay in bounds, brother.
Just
slide down.
Just go down with it. Keep that clock. But the clock is still moving on the scoreboard.
A little home court advantage.
And
in this case, a field.
It looks like you might be getting a reset of the game clock here.
Yeah, they caught it. Thank God they caught it.
Yeah.
Nice try, guys. We tried.
Great job from Traylor right there to keep his legs moving.
You just got to make sure in this situation you go down and keep that
He should have stopped him a little sooner.
To keep his legs moving through contact. Great run right there. Very powerful run. Not running. Come on.
I'm impressed. I really am.
That picks up the first down, and the Tigers now moving into victory position here.
I love it.
Minute 49 on the game clock. There's the first knee. And we talk about this defense for a second here at the conclusion of this game. We will also recognize our Taylor County Farm Bureau Impact Player of the game. We'll get to that in a little bit. But the response of this defense, we'll talk about 2 of the turnovers, really. And it comes in the form of the interception and the fumble there at the end, the last 2 drives from Union. The Tigers were taken down the field all the way, had their backs up against the wall of their own end zone, and they were able to come up with a big takeaway twice to kind of seal this thing up.
Yeah, I think the defense has done a great job today, just always giving themselves a chance to win, giving their team a chance to win. Offenses have had it moving, they've had it going. We talked about the play calling earlier on and how great that's looked. But when you have a defense like this that, can come out today and really, put their stamp on the game, shut down the small things like the run game, shut down the screen game, like they were on top of pretty much all of that stuff. Here and there were some big plays they let up, have some coverage breakdowns. But aside from that, they've really played a very disciplined football game. Flown around to the football, have tackled pretty well too. So I know Coach Ford and his defensive staff is feeling pretty good about the victory. 27 points hurts a little bit, especially when they had 6 at some point. But again, you take this win for what it is, and defense played a great game.
Congratulations to the Taylor County Farm Bureau Impact Player of the Game.
The Taylor County Farm Bureau Impact Player of the Game is Andre Seiler, none other. He had 7 catches for 117 yards. He didn't have a touchdown on the day, but he didn't really need to. He made the big plays when he needed to, catching the ball down the field, making miraculous plays, and just once again leaving us in awe and wonder with his athletic ability.
Yeah, I think CU there's a long line of receivers that have come through CU and have just been usually the best receiver on the field for either team. We've had a long line of guys. I played with guys like Demo, Chapman, Alcorn, Jared Harrington. There's been so many guys, and I don't want to leave anyone out, not naming people. Kendon, yeah, of course. We've had so many guys that come through here, and Sauer's really, making his own type of legacy here with those line of receivers. So it's really cool just to see and be a part of. He has he does great skill, great releases, tracks the ball so well, makes a lot of plays for Gillis. So it's great to see Sauer out here.
Yeah, and what's Seiler, a sophomore? Is he a sophomore? Junior?
Andre Seiler's a sophomore, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing things like this his freshman year too. Mm-hmm. And that's what's crazy is this kid's got 2 more years left, and he already looks like a seasoned vet, you know what I mean? And gosh, it's impressive watching him play. He's obviously one of my favorite players to watch. He was last year, and that's carried over.
We talk about receivers too, and Seiler is not the exception to the rule here. You just saw, if you're following video coverage, you saw Ashton Alker, you see Patrick Oden there. They all are big weapons. Spencer McCown wasn't targeted. He wasn't used, but he's one of those big weapons in other games as well, just taking what they could give him. We got the running game going a little bit more there in the second half than we did in the first half, and Trey Bass getting involved, getting him going, getting him some touches, getting a touchdown for sure. He rushed for 38 net yards and a touchdown. Jagger Gillis actually getting into the positives there after being sacked 5 times. He net 6 yards and a touchdown. He had that 16-yard touchdown run. Ashton Alker got involved. He got this big 43-yard touchdown. He was 4 for 62. Patrick Oden, 3 for 59. Jack Busey also caught a touchdown. Probably should have had 2.
Yeah.
But that's always one that Jagger Gillis is going to want back. He throws 60%, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Offensive side of the ball, they were back to what we saw really, from this offense against Pikeville and what we saw against KCU.
Yeah, and, Union comes in here with 7 sacks, and I'm a Titans fan, and Brett and I went to the Bengals Titans game a couple years ago in the playoffs, Tigers came up with 9 sacks. And it's like, how do you lose a game with 9 sacks? Well, it's kind of the same situation here. How do you lose a game? Sacking the quarterback 7 times. And they came with a game plan. They did a lot of good things with blitzing off the edge, and they got a lot of pressure, put a lot of pressure on those tackles. But the defense again, came up huge. We had big plays here and there. Gillis was huge as well. When he had time, and even when he didn't have time, he made some plays, and he used his head. It was a great performance on both sides. Special teams played huge. Didn't make any mistakes here and there either. So there's a lot to hang your hat on for all aspects of the field.
When we take a look, and you're seeing these defensive highlights as well, and the Tigers were flying to the ball. They were hard hitting. They were getting into the backfield, causing disruption. They were in the secondary, causing disruption, getting interceptions, and making the stops when they needed to, even when their backs were against the wall of their own end zone, always making the play and just really making that adjustment and getting that bounce back.
Yeah, with the coaching staff was drilling over the defensive backs to start the year, and we talked about that the first game, how excited they were for them, and they are on full attack mode all game. And it makes it tough for an offense, especially when the defensive line is getting pressure on the quarterback to really make anything happen in the passing game. And then when you make a team one-dimensional as far as taking away the run, I think Union might have had 4 or 5 plus 5-yard runs in the game. They just didn't have a whole lot, and this defense just played really, really well. But going back to what Khalil was saying about Gillis, the quarterbacks both were under duress the entire game. But once again, it goes back to your quarterback play is always going to be the difference in wins and losses most of the time. And Gillis outplayed Russell today. And he was getting sacked. He was getting pressure. But there was times where dude was getting brought down to the ground, and he finds a receiver. And we talk about some of the things he can clean up. Like, he wins, but he can clean up some things, like being able to get rid of the ball here. Understand your awareness in the pocket in these situations. Like, he can improve on those things, and I think he will. But he's just a tough guy. He's got speed. Like, we saw that today. His play strength, he plays strong. He, like I said, he was literally getting tackled and throws it across his body and finds Siler, throws a strike to him. Those are just quarterbacks doing what they can to win a football game, and that's what Gillis does for this team really on a weekly basis.
Tigers able to bounce back after a rough end of the first half and pull away. They pick up a 10-point victory over the Bulldogs of Union, 37-27. The Tigers will be back in action on the road once more. They'll play Cumberland, Tennessee. That is next Saturday, and we will be there for coverage. That game kicks off at 7 p.m. in Lebanon, Tennessee, so you can join us for coverage on 88.7 The Tiger, or you can download the TuneIn app and find WLCU FM to be able to listen to coverage of the Cumberland University game. The Tigers, once again, pick up a big 37-27 win over Homecoming. You can join Coach for post-game thoughts and next game thoughts on our show Under Center with Jake Russell on the Campbellsville Tigers YouTube page. For Brett Sow and Khalil Baker, I'm Colin Sheffield. Thank you for tuning in to the CU Sports Network.